Hi, everybody, and welcome to the RHAP B&B for weeks 5 through 7 of Big Brother 23. My name is Mike Bloom, breaking down the middle portion of this game, the cream in that delicious, delicious Oreo that is Big Brother 23. Liana Boraas, why did you make that face at me when I made that metaphor?
Breaking down that cream, double stuffed, baby, getting it all in there.
Is that your preferred Oreo?
No, it's too much cream. I mean, honestly, I'm an Oreo Thins kind of gal. But
Really?
Me
yeah,
too.
I really like Oreo Thins. But there's something about a classic Oreo that just very good.
All right, let me welcome in quickly Kirsten McKinnis, of course, fantastic, prolific podcaster on RHAP, covering all things hot dummies on islands. Let's get to the heart of the matter. Oreos Thins, what's the appeal here?
They're just better. I don't know. You just I could eat 100 Oreo Thins and it would be no problem. But I feel like if I had to eat like 10 regular Oreos, I'd be like, no, that's too much.
That's interesting. So it's more so this idea of like, well, it looks skinnier.
The ratio is good. I don't know.
It's a psychological thing for me. I'm like, but it says thin, so it's got to be healthy.
Would it be better, though, if you renamed regular Oreos to thick Oreos with 2 C's? Does that have a different appeal to it?
Double stuffed is dummy thick, or
yeah, dummy thick Oreos.
Okay,
Extra thick.
Not for me personally, but I'm sure that it would work for some people.
I'd buy it. I'd buy it for the novelty of it all. Like,
see, there you go. What's in a name? Well, we're going to talk about a lot of names going home, a lot of names being thrown out here during the middle portion. Of course, we were talking the B&B at near the end of week 4, so to say, where I wouldn't say the game looked extremely different, but, you know, it was certainly, I think, really underlined by everything with Frenchie and Brent. They are far in the rearview mirror at this point, and we are looking at a cookout-led game, which has garnered a various amount of opinions, I would say, from the community over the past few weeks or so. Now, I know that RHAP at large has had the opportunity to talk with both of you as of late about your thoughts, on these most recent goings on. But Kirsten, just looking back, I guess, on the past few weeks, attempted flips included, starting with the Christian stuff, a flipper of a different type. What have been your thoughts about the way this season's been progressing since those chaotic first few weeks?
See, I think it's fun. I know people are mad. People are upset about maybe individual game not being the focus for players, especially in the cookout. But I just think it's so interesting. This is a big alliance in a way that we've never really seen it before. Like, typically, these big alliances are meeting on a regular basis and like making plans, where the cookout just all got together for like the first time in a long time, like 2 days ago. So I just think it's really interesting. I don't think it's boring. I'm just excited. It's a good season. I'm just excited about it. I also just watched Love Island, so like, it's the bar for me is low. Love Island season 3 was really bad.
In comparison, you're like, yeah, this is great.
So it's like, oh, only 3 episodes a week, and I'm enjoying them. Okay.
Wow, that's like the Oreo Thins in terms of content.
It's the right ratio of content, you know?
Yeah, everyone else
not
is
enough.
like, everyone's like, my brother. Such a commitment. And I'm like, whoa, listen.
Oh my God. That was my mom when she was here. My mom was here and we made her watch Big Brother with us. And she was like, it's on again. Yeah, three days a week, Mom.
What episodes did she watch? The Wednesday and Thursday episodes?
She watched, okay, yeah. I mean, we pretty much had her watch everything because like we were watching it anyway for us. So we she paid attention to various amounts. I don't think she really remembered much from like the previous weeks, and it kind of like slowly started to
thank God we have Mr. Announcer Man telling us who's in the cookout each and every episode.
I know, right? Otherwise, we'll definitely forget. She would be the perfect target audience for those recaps. But I would say from my perspective, I think there's a difference between like appreciating the gameplay that's going on and then what I personally look for in a season, because I personally look for when things are just chaotic and fluid and you never know what's going to happen and everybody is playing honestly not that optimal of a game, because that's more interesting and exciting to me. But I think it's been fascinating to see what the cookout has done, how successful they've been in executing this plan. I mean, honestly, it's really impressive. And yeah, you can say like, well, the comps went their way, blah, 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 whatever. But like what they did with Sarah Beth, last week, I think was really fascinating, and what they're able to do this week. And honestly, I'm just so impressed. I'm so impressed. And so I can respect that, while at the same time, my ideal season is everything is lit on fire. But that doesn't mean that that's good gameplay, right?
Well, you just
Right.
had BB Can 9. What? You
Yeah.
want that
Oh, yeah.
again back to back?
I mean,
I would take
No,
it. I would
no,
take it.
I think between BB Can 9 and honestly everyone's mental health after week 1 of BB 23, I do not think we could have handled it. If we had a season-long version of Frenchie's HOH, I do think people would have committed themselves at this point.
drama. I need
okay,
it.
but we don't need the Frenchie of it all to have the drama and the chaos. Like, there's a middle ground.
Oh, definitely. And then to that point, I really think this is such an incredibly likable cast. Like, considering that at this point, I think at the pointy end of the pitchfork of the BB Twitter community is Sarah Beth right now, and who, like, for all intents and purposes, really isn't that bad of a person. Still earning the vitriol for some of the stuff she was doing in the game, but at the same time, considering the other people that have been raked over the coals by the Big Brother community in the past, is really nice in terms of, casting comparisons. I think especially with Brent very much out of the house, we focus less on, like, here's the really utchy problematic things that people are doing, which really seems to be the focus of a lot of Big Brother as of late, to be like, yeah, let's focus more so on, like, the fun these people are having, the improv shows they're doing, the fact that despite the fact that there's a big alliance that's targeting people, the way they're approaching their targets is not necessarily to villainize them or ostracize them or make them feel like, you're not worthy to work with me. Like, they're still treating them relatively like people. I think, to Liana's point, it might not be the most ideal thing you want to see in a reality TV season in general, but I would say it's nice. I would say it's a relief, frankly, in a time when I'm looking outside my window and being like, man, humanity is kind of sucks out there sometimes. It's nice to see people treat people for people in the competition sense.
Mm-hmm. I think also from a historical perspective, like, this is really interesting to watch. And, like, I think it's been really empowering and impactful to see what the Cookout has been able to do. And I think also as a commentary on what this means for how minorities are treated and how minority communities, like, hey, like, look and see how this season played out. How do you think you feel this relates to the broader picture of the way that our society as at large works, right? Like, this gives us so much information, I think. And I'm also very excited to reflect back to see once the season is over and to look at it in its totality, because I think we're watching a really historic season of Big Brother for a lot of really great reasons. And it just still feels to me like a new era, 22's in the past, right? Like, this is new. This is exciting. I'm definitely all in on it.
Yeah, because especially when Big Brother's made history in recent years, it's been not for good reasons, or it's been like, oh, okay, maybe the gameplay is good, but everything else is horrible, and there's nobody all that likable, or there's like one likable person, and having like so many people to choose, like, you can't really quibble with someone when they tell you their favorite player from this season. Like, I guess unless it was like Frenchie or Brent, but like, I haven't seen those people in the world. So like, I'm like, okay, yeah, you know what? We don't agree, but like, that person's also great. So I totally understand that perspective, which is nice. That's nice and new. You mentioned about Sarah Beth getting like the vitriol of the fan base. And I just need to point out as well, my sister is a casual Big Brother watcher, and she hates Sarah Beth more than I think she has hated anyone. She hates her voice. She hates the sunglasses. She hates her personality. My sister told me, and Kay, she was joking, obviously, but this is like trigger warning. This is really graphic and horrible. She said she wants to break Sarah Beth's sunglasses and kill her with them. And I
oh my God.
Like hit her in the neck or something. And I was like, you can't say that.
No, I think what you do is you break the sunglasses, stab her in the heart with the heart sunglasses. I think that's the ultimate irony.
I think that's hard to get through, like, the chest and sternum and all of, well, not through the sternum, but I think it's really hard to stab someone in the chest. I think parts of the neck might be easier.
Yeah, I'm going for more of the ironic sense, I guess, than more of the realistic sense. That is wild. I was
floored because, like, I know she doesn't like her, and a large part of it is the voice, because I do think that Sarah Beth one day decided this is what my voice is going to be, created that, and then went for it. Like it
was
her
a choice.
Yeah, it's her real voice now, but I don't think it started as her real voice. Like, you know how some people have like different voices in different situations, and you like you have your customer service voice. Hi, how can I help you? And you have like your normal voice. I think she made up a voice and it became her voice.
I'm trying to think if in any of the interviews, because she's a voice actor, emphasis on the actor. And I'm trying to remember if that is kind of part of the persona too, is if she's trying to do this, or because did we get preseason interviews, verbal interviews?
There was like a very short.
Yeah,
like,
we us journalists got like 1 to 2 minute clips. And so I do think that is her voice though, but maybe to Kirsten's point, maybe it's this idea of like the long con where she's so far in, she doesn't like she did this so long ago.
Yeah, like I don't think she did it for Big Brother. I think she just in her life did this at one point, and we all do stuff like that where we choose mannerisms, or like even like with your handwriting, you like make a conscious effort to make your A's a certain way, and then that becomes your right, like stuff like that. Like I don't think it's disingenuous. I don't think it's like completely fake. I think she made it though. I don't think it's the original. I think if you found old footage, she would sound different.
Yeah, I personally like to dot my eyes with heart sunglasses. So that's really my little style choice. So I completely understand.
That would take so long.
Imagine if you're reading like a document and you just see every other word has a piece of heart sunglasses over it. You'd want to break them and stab me through the neck with it.
No, I would never. I would never want to stab anybody, first of all.
Well, let's start getting into talking about these past few weeks via all the segments we do here. Because let's go all the way back a few weeks ago in Big Brother time. Believe it or not, I would say probably the biggest move of the season so far from like a visibility perspective was the backdooring of one Christian Birkenberger. God, what a...
Wait, is that his last name?
His last name is Christian Birkenberger.
Birkenberger. That sounds like a restaurant. Yeah, I'll have the Birkenberger, please.
It
sounds like extra ketchup.
No, it sounds like something the Swedish chef would cook up.
Oh yeah, Birkenberger. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Birkenberger.
Birkenberger.
When will that be available at the IKEA cafeteria?
No, we just got to build a couple Birkenbergers. We got them on sale in the as-is section. It was great.
Yeah, remember when Christian Birkenberger wasn't going to be on the season, when he was like a last-minute replacement?
Oh my God, Garrett!
Yeah, I don't remember anything about Garrett. Is there anything about Garrett I need to know?
We only saw his picture, right? Because it was what was released on the website.
Right. And I think some people dug something up that he might have been like a pizza maker or something. So maybe we're looking
Jackie
at
Jackie from BB Can 5.
Yeah, like maybe it's at like Jackie and McRae's love child. I'm not entirely sure. So.
I don't want to see that. I'm literally shaking. Can you
Jack
see
Cranda.
Would you rather have a pizza Birkenberger or a Birkenberger pizza?
Oh, I would rather have Birkenberger pizza. I just don't want like tomato sauce on my burgers, personally.
I mean, would you put ketchup on a burger?
Oh,
it's not that different.
I guess not. I think there's just like a butt ton more sugar in ketchup than there is pizza sauce.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. They both sound good.
I'm trying to like conceptualize the difference between them. Like, is one of them two pizzas make the bun, or like?
No, I think it's more so like this idea of, I guess a burger with mozzarella cheese and tomato sauce, right? Maybe you throw some like peppers in there or something, but it would be on top of a burger.
Yeah, it's like pizza toppings in a burger versus a pizza that has like ground beef and
like
other
American
things that
American
on,
cheese
and lettuce.
Yeah, well, that does exist. Cheeseburger pizza exists, but I don't know if Birkenberger pizza exists.
I don't want either of those things.
Yeah, either way, there's gonna be a lot of hair in there.
Curly hair.
Yeah,
hair.
The last thing you want when you get your Birkenberger is to see a curly hair sticking out.
I'm just realizing now, Liana, we did miss the opportunity to do like a buffer snuff style on all of Christian's looks over the course of 5 weeks. Remember when he looked like 4 different people in the first month of the game?
I honestly, I it was the twin twist for me because he kept looking so different. Like when he would do his curls and when he would have his facial hair and with glasses, without glasses, he looked completely different all the time.
You could tell me Garrett was there for a couple of days, and I would have
Agreed.
to believe you. I would have no choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
I
right,
agree with that.
so of course, even though Christian was added, a bit before everything got released, we still did some predictions on him, unless Liana used somehow wrote predictions for Garrett and put Christian in there like we did for Claire and Christy. So,
Iconic.
how did you think Mr. Birkenberger, Monsieur Birkenberger, was going to do preseason?
All right. I said he would make jury, so close.
Okay.
I said that he would be a bro's bro and become the alpha of the alpha males by regaling them with stories of flirting and fishing. I said he would get into a showmance with someone, Azza ? And I
Okay.
said he will have several segments dedicated to him. He'll have a segment of all his weird colloquial sayings. Sometimes your ice pop falls on your penny.
Yeah.
And he's also going to get into doing a British accent, and there will be a segment about it.
Oh, well, he
Which
was
is-
one of the rare people to not do a British accent.
I know. Like, seriously? He couldn't have been the
Maybe
one to pick it up
wrong. Wow.
because his comic name would have been the Churly Chap. No, the Curly Chap. Like curly
The
hair.
Shirley Chap.
Like churros. The Churly Chap.
He's just a giant churro with curly hair
Yeah. Oh, and his
Yeah.
ally would be Brent or Azza.
who he has a crush on.
Yes, who has a
Middle
showmance
school
with.
crush or
A
like
middle
more
school
serious?
Yeah, is he the girly girl to her?
The girly girl. That's
Curly
my girl.
girl.
My curly, my, what did I say? Churly girl. My
Yeah, the
churly
churly girl.
Curly girl.
All right, so I also had Christian making jure. I said that he'll do flips within the first couple of weeks to impress people, then it'll get old. I said that he would get into a no-mance with Kyland a la Zanky, and I guess that's what I was thinking the internet would throw themselves behind. Like Liana, true to his motto, which remember is sometimes your ice pop falls on a penny.
That's right.
He'll have a segment of all the weird Christianisms that he has.
Yeah.
And I said he would win an endurance comp, then get evicted the very next week. I said his closest ally would be Kyland, and his superhero name was Curl Crush. And it's in parentheses, his hair is giant and has a mind of its own.
I like that one. It reminds me a little bit of Tyler's, but I don't think the hair had a mind of its own.
No,
Imagine remembering a BB comic like
I remember
more than
because he
a
looked
season out.
horrible.
Yeah, not the
He
first one. The
looked
first one was the lifeguard. The
so
second one
bad.
from last season was pretty horrendous. I
I
remember.
blocked out BB-22.
As you
Alright.
should.
Well,
I just
Kirsten,
remember
you are
Memphis.
you're the arbiter of our fate here, based on the assessments we gave. Who had their finger on Mr. Birkenberger better?
Yeah, so neither of you were like dead on, obviously. I do think Mike's was like a little bit more true. Sorry. I'm giving it
That's
to
fair.
Mike.
The Birkenberger strikes again.
He got the flips, you know?
Yeah, I do think they could have made his superhero name. Like maybe if we had another Chada thing where people were calling him by his last name, they could have called him. Maybe it's because I'm thinking of from Santa Claus. You ever see Santa Claus is Coming to Town, like the claymation version? There's a villain called Burgermeister Meisterburger. That's what I think of whenever I say Christian's last name.
Okay, yeah. I see the similarities.
So I'm thinking of like an evil baron, you know?
All I can think of right now is his hair doing bicep curls after you said your
Curl
comic
Crush.
name, Mike. Yeah.
Curl Crush.
All right, well, let's talk about the first member of our jury here. Let's talk about Brittany. I will start with my preseason assessment on Brittany. I had Brittany making the jury. I said that Brittany would throw the biggest fits when she doesn't win a competition. I said she would try to engage the house in some sort of communal dance or song.
Oh my God.
And she gets the biggest Yas Queen moment of the season when she wins HOH and goes after two people the fans hate, a la Jessica Milagros. And I said she wears her heart on her sleeve. We're going to see a lot of moments of tears and fury from her. Her closest ally is Hannah, and her superhero name is Karate Queen.
Okay, all right. So I would say give it to Mike, but it's also hilarious because it was like yours was my prediction as well, but you had more things correct. So let me tell you, I said
Okay.
she will lead the house in a TikTok dance mob. She will be the highest energy house guest among the bunch. She will sing a lot. We will hear a lot of Britney, please stop singing, all the time on feeds. She will be most likely to have a breakdown on slop. Her closest ally will be Hannah, and her comic book name will be the Dancing Kicker.
He just took 2 words and slapped them together and said, this will make sense eventually.
Dancing, TikTok, kicker, martial arts. I don't see what's so hard to understand.
Maybe something like kick line or something, some sort of like term that bridges the two.
She's a Radio City Rockette now.
That'll be the image for her as the dancing kicker.
Now I'm imagining like that, you get into Rockefeller Center and like the lights come down, and for some reason I just imagine Britney as a Rockette, but it's her in that headgear going, "Ah!"
Yeah, I will say that's one of the best gifts I think we've gotten from the season. She's just going at it. I'm so impressed. I have a headache just watching.
I don't think I've seen anyone go that aggro in a challenge since the bowl arena in BB17 when Austin was like ferally crawling on the ground.
Ugh, Austin, the worst. Austin was one of those house guests that I just instantly hated on sight, and he could never make up for that over the whole season.
Victims, aren't we all?
Yeah, he's such a great character.
Okay, so here's the thing. Is Mike's more accurate? Yes. Did I laugh harder at Dancing Kicker? Also, yes. Liana told me to give it to Mike, but I don't like being told what to do. So I'm going to give it to Liana.
That's a very Britney thing, too,
Nailed it.
right? Of like, yeah, you can't tell me what to do.
Yeah. My name is Kirsten, and I'm here to say I do what I want.
Yeah, we were really on the dancing trend. I don't think any of us were on the rapping trend.
Who could have seen that coming? Who among us? Nobody.
Very sus. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Do you think Britney's gonna do a rap during her jury speech if she asks a question at finale night?
Oh, I hope so. She's got plenty of time to prepare. So
I hadn't considered that
as an option.
Oh no.
What have you done?
Oh no, because she will.
Hey, what's going on, Final Two? I've got some questions for you.
It's a bop. It's a bop. That's kind of singing. I said she'd sing, so it's rapping-ish, tangentially related.
Music.
Yeah,
so.
she sounds with her mouth.
All right, so Liana, let's get out like the garlands, break out the parade, because we have all been in mourning of Derek X leaving the house.
Yes.
He was a huge wild card coming into the season, in my opinion. So I would love to hear how you thought he was going to do.
Okay, so I thought that Derek X would make the jury. Okay. And I said that he would be perceived as too strategic. So he was a threat to win, and his frat bro social game couldn't save him. He would be taken out in back-to-back weeks with the other Derek, 2 sides of the same Derek coin.
What is it talking about? The Good Place? Just putting Derek in random sentences?
Derek. Maximum Derek. And I would say he talks a lot about how much he loves his iPod and he doesn't listen to music on his phone. Hashtag iPods for life. His biggest...
Did that happen?
I have no memory of this.
Where did you get that from?
I have
Did
no
you make
idea.
it up?
I have no idea where the iPod thing came from.
Okay.
Maybe if I looked at his bio, he mentioned an iPod somewhere in one tiny portion.
Yeah, maybe it was like one of his fun facts was like,
I
I still own an iPod Touch or something.
Yes, exactly.
That sort of rings a bell to me, but I might just be making that up.
I would believe that. I said his closest ally would be Xavier, and then his comic book name would be The X Factor. Parentheses, maybe twins with Xavier, question mark, both the X Factor, question mark.
That'd be really confusing.
Like, are they on the same comic? I don't know. Clearly, I didn't think that one through. But
it could
X
be a
Factor.
crossover event.
Yeah, exactly. It's the X Factors.
Wait, what does that imply? If we're going back to BB4, does that mean they used to kick it?
That's, I mean, they've been kicking it.
I'm just saying I would like to see it.
Yeah, listen.
That's the kiss I want to see.
Too bad there hasn't been enough BB23 fan fiction because I feel like that's material right there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, now you've put it into the universe.
Make it happen, people.
Please.
So I also had Derek X making the jury. I said he would be the funniest person in the house. I think it's because he really came in being like, I'm going to be the class clown. If you laugh at yourself, then everyone else laughs at you.
Yeah, that was his motto, right? It was like, laugh at yourself first, and then everyone's laughing with you.
I'd say he gets blindsided with the Travis eviction, but proceeds to be used as a free agent until he's brought in on a main alliance.
Oh, hey.
I would say he's a surprise beast in balance competitions. Too soon. And he's the person we'll see the most around the chessboard. His closest ally was Travis, parentheses, Prank Bros, and his superhero name is the Moody Foodie.
Why is he moody?
Well, because his job was, if you remember, that he like creates meal
the
kits.
Food part.
It rhymed.
Foodie. Oh. Okay,
listen, okay, dancing kicker. Okay, you have no leg to stand on here.
The dancing kicker. How dare
you? No leg
you?
to stand on or kick right now.
Wow. Okay. This one is actually tough because I feel like, Liana brought up the Derek coin. That really feels like coin of destiny.
Oh,
Destiny. Oof. I'm struggling. I feel like I'm very close between the two of you on this one.
Are you going to flip a coin of destiny?
Yeah.
Destiny?
Ooh, okay. I will flip. I'm going to flip. Here's the thing. People are always like, oh, flip a coin. Oh, I don't have a coin. If you just Google coin flip, Google has a fake coin you can flip. Okay. Mike, call it.
Tails never fails.
And it's tails. Mike gets the point. It was Destiny.
It was Destiny. I will say, speaking of that just odd live show, that maybe, Julie Chen Moves seemed to fall head over heels with Derek X over the course of that interview. And you know why? I think it's because after doing Destiny, Julie Chen Moves says, I like to make myself laugh. And what was Derek X's motto?
Oh my God.
Wow.
It's Destiny.
Destiny. Two peas in a pod.
Two sides of the same Destiny coin.
Oh my God.
Cute.
Like, let me ask while we're briefly talking about Derek X, because I've seen this being bandied around, but I really can't sort of like get a glimpse of it in the history of Big Brother. Does he have one of the most like universal positive approval ratings that we have seen from a Big Brother contestant in some time?
Yes.
I mean, the casuals like him, the super fans like him.
Who doesn't like him?
Yeah.
It's pretty clear from this week that the Derek F getting 100 coins was definitely Derek X splitting the vote. And so he was splitting the vote and still both halves were making it into the top. Like, he's loved. Like, more than anyone maybe has ever been loved.
The Derek
like the
vote.
sweater is sold out on Abercrombie in the comment section on that sweater. Have you seen it?
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
Okay, good.
That's so interesting though, because if you think about it, spoiler alert for the feeds, tune ahead like 30 seconds if you don't want to know the events of this week, as maybe they haven't happened yet by the time you're listening. It's alluding to events in Sunday's episode. Hopefully you tune out now. But Derek F was able to compete for the coin of destiny. He didn't get it, but if he was able to get it, is that partially attributed to Derek X, that just because he happened to have the same name as Derek X, got all that money and could buy that coin?
100%. Literally, like there is no other possibility as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I 100% believe that.
That's such a weird thing to think about.
Crazy?
It's like Survivor Borneo, right? Of like, oh, all these, Jenna Lewis gets voted out when she does because of the way her name falls in the alphabet. Like, sometimes it just depends on the name that's on your birth certificate with little sunglass hearts above the eye.
I feel like as well, the show has really like started leaning into Derek F as like a narrator because they think he's a fan favorite. And then how is that going to be moving forward? Like, it's not true.
Like, pull the rug
never
out.
mind, actually, Tiffany was right.
Yeah, we take that back. We're switching sides in our narrative now. Bye.
Yeah, but
as they should.
It's interesting to think about. I think the one that maybe comes closest might be Nicole Anthony in Big Brother 21, but I think that's more so to your point, Kirsten, of like the lone beacon of positivity amongst a lot of negativity going on. But I feel like she got a good amount of support, but it feels like the Derek X support is different. The groundswell, I think, was not at this level now as it was in BB21.
If Derek X came back in an All-Star season, I don't think that people would change the way they feel about him so much. Whereas when Nicole Anthony came back, I think it became very clear to everyone how much her approval rating was coming from the people she was up against rather than her as a person. Like, she's fine, like, whatever, but like, she's no Derek X. Come on.
I mean, Derek X also had a ton of support going into the season as well. So it's not like we grew to love him as the underdog.
We instantly loved him because he's hot, you know?
Well, yeah, there's that. I remember the moment where I was like, oh, and it was in his promo video when he was playing tennis and he was shirtless. And I was like, I see what Amon sees. I get it now.
Oh, goodness. Well, speaking of Derek X, Liana, Kirsten just mentioned it, but he became an influencer in a completely unintentional way to him. I'm so excited to hear about all this.
Yeah, so Kirsten, you mentioned this, the Derek X hoodie. So this is the black one with all of the white sort of little dots, like you took a paintbrush and just kind of shook it at the thing.
I want to buy it, but it's sold out.
It's sold out. So it's on Abercrombie and Fitch, which is the brand. And I believe the title of the hoodie, if you're interested, is the A&F, so Abercrombie and Fitch, I assume, perfect popover hoodie. And they have a bunch of different types and different colors. They're not all the same, like, exact design, but this is specifically the Derek X one. And as Kirsten mentioned, the reviews are flooding in, but they're all Derek X related. So I went back and I found the very first review that references Derek X, and it is this. It says, "Turn it up," which I assume is the Feeds song reference.
Yeah.
Because we're about to celebrate.
The Feeds cuts can't even get into they're making their way into the Abercrombie and Fitch store as well. Like, didn't realize production had their fingers quite literally on the button.
Well, let me tell you, they may have let Derek X out to write this review because it says, "I was able to get rid of a big target in this hoodie through a back door. Now the girl I like won't give it back. Thank you for the BB bucks, America. I promise not to let you down. Signed, Derek X."
Wait, so he's writing the letter?
He wrote this review on August 16th, 2021.
On a scale of 1 to Paul leaving the Big Brother house to play Candy Crush, how bad is this as a leak?
Oof. I mean, this is tough. This is a tough one. I think probably not as bad because he probably wrote it while he was still in the house. But I mean, putting his foot on the scale.
Sorry,
Turn it up.
Exactly. It's time to celebrate. Do they still? I admittedly have not been as tuned into the feeds. Do they still play that song?
No.
Sorry.
They played it like the first night.
Listen, I know that you've officially become the cat lady, Kirsten, so I think it's official that we underline that with having your cat as we play games here.
Well, no, my 2 cats, they were sleeping peacefully on the bed when we started this podcast, but then they started fighting and making and she was making a horrible yowling sound that happens sometimes when her brother starts like biting her stomach really hard. So I just needed to separate them for a little bit.
Those are the fights that Big Brother fans want, right? They're like, oh, there's no conflict going on. It's like, well, we just need to watch cats fight it out on Kirsten's bed. And that's the drama you're looking for.
I mean, that's why when the feeds are down, they show the animals.
Yeah, the animals that they show on the feeds are definitely like having a battle royale.
Yeah. Only one cat will remain. Anyway, so there's several more, but they include things like amazing sweater, great design, and looks amazing on Derek X, less than 3. And then one says, restock the black hoodie. I need it. And I don't recommend anyone else gets it because I need it. Which is, I think, a great review.
I like there was one that was just like, save Derek X.
Yes. Yeah. There's also
what can Abercrombie do?
Whoever reads these, please make Derek X a brand ambassador. #justice for DX.
That's so interesting. So wait, so this the hoodie is like stars. I've never gotten a good look at it. It kind of looks like the ceilings you have in college that are sort of like speckled, like textured.
No, it's not like a popcorn ceiling, Mike.
Okay, the popcorn ceiling sweatshirt.
It is so uncomfortable.
Yeah, that would be really bad. You definitely couldn't hug anybody in a popcorn ceiling sweatshirt. It's just like paint splatter. is what it looks like to me anyways.
Yeah, it's like black with, if you took a paintbrush, dipped it in white paint, and then just shook the paintbrush at the hoodie and just made a bunch of little like paint specks.
Gotcha. So it's like Jackson Pollock, but with an X.
So should we just buy the hoodie in a solid color and make our own paint specs?
Now-
Because it's still available in other colors.
That's a good. You could buy one and then, or just buy like a generic black hoodie and spec your own sweatshirt.
No, it has to be the AF popover. Come on, what are you talking about?
Well, here is our get rich quick scheme. Buy this sweatshirt. Take like a Photoshop version of the Julie Chen tie-dye sweatshirt print, put it on there. That's like two great things in one, right?
No, people need to stop anything that could possibly give Julie Chen money. We need to stop. Especially this clothing. Her weird clothing situation is too much. I really do think she might have joined a cult. I'm concerned.
Well, what about this review? I just want to mention it so I can close this page.
Oh, yes, of course.
The title says Deek was pushed. It's
Deek?
Deek was pushed.
Deek?
Has anyone, may I call you Deek?
Evil Deek?
Yeah, Evil Deek. Derek Deek for short. Anyway, so then it says Derek Zhao was pushed by Allison Grodner. I saw it happen.
It's like much tones of The Crucible, right? Like I saw Goody Derek Zhao out in the woods naked running around.
If anything, Derek leaving is proof that this show is not rigged, at least currently, because they would have saved him.
Or they would have, they gave him something and he said no.
Well, okay, but again, that shows that's not rigged.
Yeah, exactly.
They should have locked him in that room and said, you can't leave until you play.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Like, not even are you sure? No, we're sure. You're not leaving this room until you play. Get on the table. Go.
The door unlocks when you play the roulette.
Yeah. They're like, do you want to play a game? But it's Jigsaw. It's not like an actual choice.
Do you think, speaking of like the may I call you blank nonsense, like, is it no future strategy for future seasons to give yourself the most ridiculous name so Julie Chen has to say it? Like, may I call you Big Booty Bloom? Yes, Julie, please call me that on live TV.
Oh my God. And then you can be like, oh, I can't believe that stuck. Big Booty Bloom.
And you like come in with t-shirts that say Big Booty Bloom on it. Like you have the merch already ready.
Yeah, and they'd be like, this time I'm coming for some booty. And I don't mean this one. That's my intro line. Does it work?
Is that what you would do in the credits?
Yeah.
Like point at your butt?
Just point at my butt the entire time. No, I'd spank myself.
Oh my God. I don't think they would allow the spanking. It's on at 8 p.m. on CBS.
Oh boy.
Come on.
I can't.
So give me
light
I'd have to do so many butt puns in the DR. It would really like Butt first. It would really like I'd be digging myself a hole of like, all right, you're gonna be the butt guy on Big Brother. Good luck.
Yeah, enjoy that legacy. Legacy all the way up to your butt. Okay.
Yeah, there's gonna be a Reddit thread 3 years from now. Like, anyone remember the guy who was all about butts?
Yeah, he went out third.
I just remembered that the RHAP out of context account exists.
Oh gosh. Okay, well, I do want to touch on the BB Bucks of it all because I was thinking I wanted to come up with some ideas if they were thinking of reintroducing BB Bucks, but to rebrand them because I think BB Bucks is stupid. So I came up with some even stupider ideas. So I want to hear what you guys think about this.
This is not fixing what's broken. This is just taking a hammer and further breaking it.
Can I use my existing BB Bucks to pay for my stay at the B&B or no?
Let's see. I thought we only took Monopoly money, but I think we could accept some BB Bucks for this.
Yeah, we have an ATM that we can use.
All right. So the first one that was semi-legitimate that Puya came up with was BB Coin or BB Bitcoin. So try to get into that like cryptocurrency market of it all. So, it would be very topical a few years later if they did it next summer. So very much fitting, I feel like, within the BB universe. The other ones that I came up with were BB Bling chips.
And now what does a BB Bling chip look like?
Well, first of all, it fits with the casino theme. Okay, so we're going with the beach, whatever. And it's a bling coin. So
What?
You know, bling meets coin. Bling
Like
coin.
a bedazzled coin?
BB bling coin. Yeah. It's like bling, but it's like a coin.
So it's like bedazzled.
Bedazzled, encrusted with jewels.
Like Swarovski crystals?
Yeah, or like, you know, CZs. Like, we don't need to get too fancy
Listen,
here.
the
They're not gonna
budget's
have
the
this
budget's
for very
upping,
long.
right? They're going for $750,000. Like, yeah, let's cover some coins and diamonds next
Just-
season.
Yeah, Diamond Power Vito, who cares?
Listen, people are getting Swarovski crystals on their manicures. They could put it on a coin.
Yeah, that seems doable. Okay, how about this one? BB Buckazoids.
I would really love you to walk me through how you got to that.
I cannot explain how my
I
mind
would
works.
like you to
Kirsten.
take me on a
Genuinely.
journey.
May
Is it
I-
'cause
may
of
I
the
attempt?
Freakazoids?
May I attempt, to probe the mind of Liana Boraas here? I think Liana Boraas, as she does every other day, thinks of one Glenn Garcia from Big Brother 18. I would say real MVP of the Freakazoids. And I think Freakazoids, freak, Buckazoid.
Nailed it. I mean, $buck, money, Buckazoids. I don't know. Anyway. All right. I thought also BB Moolah, like trying to get Moolah into the thing.
Okay.
That seems like a very much like a Big Brother thing. Like, oh yeah, you got the Moolah. Remember when people said that? Moolah?
Well, do you remember there was a reality show in the early 2000s called Moolah Beach?
Oh, see, there you go.
It was weird.
That's what that means.
Yeah, there was a show called Moolah Beach.
What happened on Moolah Beach?
So it was sort of the precursor to Endurance, if you remember that show. It was like tweens in teams of tweens, and they would like compete in challenges. And the better you did in challenges, the more sort of like totems you got. That was a currency. And then
BB totems.
Yeah, and then at the end of the episode, they would load all the totems into this giant tiki statue. And if your totem came out, you were safe. So, like, therefore, if you did better in the challenges, you had a better chance of being drawn in the lottery. And the last team that wasn't drawn was out. And so it was like this weird combination of luck and skill. I have no idea why this is like implanted in my gray memory, but that's the first thing I think of when I hear Moolah.
I'm sure that's what I thought of as well.
Now,
Mike.
have you considered therapy?
Oh, I mean, listen, very many times, and I'm gainfully therapized.
Therapized.
Yeah, and
Gainfully therapized.
I was gonna say employed. Like I can't be employed as a patient. I don't think that makes sense.
Well, I think your therapist could fire you in theory. So
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Moolah Beach, hosted by JD Roth, he of Endurance, and also Zookeeper for a Day on the Discovery Channel. So yeah, it was an actual show, but that's for some reason like if you want to know how committed I am to reality TV fandom, who else remembers the show Moolah Beach?
Only you.
That being said, maybe it's out of the IP that it's free domain, and you can now use it for your BB Moolah.
hey, coming soon to an RHAP rewind near you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if
Moolah
Moolah Beach is
Beach.
actually like a good show.
You
but...
should see if you can find an episode to watch. And then
Oh.
if it's good, you could pitch it.
So they went on Makahiki missions, and then they went on Kahuna missions, and then they visited the Great Kahuna, and that's when they offered up their totems or their idols, and then it gets swallowed up and given back to them.
Okay, yeah, and episode 1 I found, it's on YouTube.
Oh, perfect.
cool.
Everyone go
So-
check out Moolah Beach.
Yeah, and it's about the same quality as Pirate Master was. So
I was gonna say about the same quality as Big Brother.
well,
Like same quality of a show or same quality of like
No, video
visually?
quality. Yeah,
Video
like
quality.
the visual quality. Which, by the way, speaking of Pirate Master, I don't think they had a specific currency, but I came up with BB Ghost pennies if we're gonna do like a like a scary themed season of Big Brother. We have
Scary
ghost-
theme season.
scary, you know,
they could do another fall season and it could be spooky
That's the
season.
thing.
Yeah,
They'd
spooky
have to
season.
do haunted. I mean, listen, Kirsten, we're talking to you the day after you started watching Beetlejuice, right? So like spooky season's already here for you.
Yeah, it is August 29th and I did watch Beetlejuice last night.
It's
It's
getting
fine.
ready, just prepping. And then the last one I had, and this is mainly for Julie Chen, BB Jesus dollars.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, I think
Jesus
Julia liked that one too.
dollars.
Yeah,
I don't think Jesus would feel great about it.
no, I don't think so either. but Julie might like it.
Julie would love it. Julie would call them love bucks because
love
God
bucks.
is love.
Ooh, I like
gonna write
love
that down.
box. And then I think it's like instead of e pluribus unum, it's like, be the
Be
good
humble. Yeah, be
printed on the
humble.
bottom of it.
Good.
Be the good. Be the good what?
I mean, I've never
All
been
right.
a good anything, so sorry, Julie Chen. Who does?
All right. Well, thank you for indulging me in my Bling chip Buckazoid adventure.
I would like a Bling chip.
I think Bling chip is a great idea. That and Buckazoid, I think, are the two that I'm the most excited about. So, BB, call me. I got ideas. All right. Last but not least, this was for the BB, B&B, B&C segment, by the way.
Yeah, this is the best type of segments are the ones that you introduce about 2/3 of the way through.
Yeah,
Who needs to introduce a segment? The people are here. They know what they got. Like what? Nobody is tuning into the B&B because I'm the guest. They're tuning in for you two.
No,
so they know what's up.
They're tuning in because it's by far the well-organized, like clearly structured show on the RHAP network. All right. Last thing we have to talk about is I want to talk about the Christy drama. So Christy, what's her last name? Mike Valdesari?
Birkenberger.
Birkenberger. Christy, not Birkenberger.
Yeah, I believe it's like Valdesieri or something.
Yes. So I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with this because this is kind of the saga that's been happening. I would say probably over the last like 3 weeks or so, which kind of covers, the time frame in which we're talking about. But she originally popped up on an Instagram. She's been popping up on a few like Instagram lives. Like for example, she was on one with Frenchie and Brent and Whitney when Whitney got evicted. And like was on the Instagram live with them. Like she's a
like,
cast
I
member.
was on the cast.
Yes. She's very much treating it like she was a cast member on the show, which is hilarious because after that Instagram live, Whitney has been liking shady Christy tweets. So she liked one that said, I imagine that Christy sent a DM to each house guest once they were evicted. Like, hey, I was supposed to be on your season, which makes me feel like that's exactly what happened. And then also, Christy is on Cameo.
She brought her price down.
It was $100. It's now $75. Which Whitney also liked a tweet that said, Frenchie's only charging $25 for a cameo when Christy, the girl who got cut before the season, was charging $100 and dropped to $75.
Okay, but first of all, they're both charging too much. Okay.
You think 25 is too much for
Frenchie should be paying you to send you a cameo.
Brandon Frenchie French, -$10. I will slide into your PayPal and give you $10.
Like, let me send you a video and you can pretend you bought it for a friend. I'll pay you to let me do this. Like, that's what he should be doing. Like to me, I feel like very bizarre behavior from Christy. I feel like I had a somewhat similar yet more legitimate experience of almost getting on a show.
If people actually saw you on their television stream.
I was on TV and I did not act in such a thirsty way. And I think that Christy needs to go peacefully into the night and away from us forever. People are like, oh my God. I think at one point people were like, oh my God, what if Christy was on next season? No, stop it. She's not coming back. She's not going to be on next season. And we don't want her on next season. She's obviously off the deep end.
Yeah, this isn't like what was it, Liana, the one who got kicked off for COVID during Drag Race UK and is coming back again. Like that's not that type of situation. Like
if Drag Race UK started filming.
Yeah, that's true. And she was on the show for like 4 weeks. There's a chance that maybe it could have happened, but I think incidentally enough, she ends up like digging her own hole by interacting with all these cast members.
That's not the saying.
Dig your own hole? Yeah.
It's called a grave.
Oh, I mean, what is a grave if not a hole for a dead person?
Yeah, but I just think it's weird when you say like she's digging her own hole.
Wait, no. It's one of those situations where it's like not all holes are graves, but all graves are holes.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I will agree to that.
I mean, that's the other thing is like the first time I started seeing Christy was when she was liking the anti-Claire tweets.
Ma'am,
just
sit down.
So petty.
A seat.
Yeah, it's so petty. It's been very entertaining to me.
people were joking. People were joking like, oh, ha ha ha, Claire schemed to get Christy off the show. And Christy's like liking them with her whole chest. Like, yeah, that B word kept me off the show. No, stop it. How, like, science kept you off the show.
Yeah, but
it's so weird.
To your point, Kirsten, I think it's become abundantly clear that, like, if she wanted to be on the show, it was not for maybe the reasons that Claire wanted to be. And look, you can say what you want to about Claire's gameplay, but it's safe to say that I think one of the reasons why Christy was hopping in on those is, for lack of a better term, to look for some clout. And look, all the power to her if she wants to do that. People have become influencers by coming on to Big Brother. It's not necessarily something that we want, especially in a cast like this, which was full of people that seemingly do not necessarily have those motivations, but it's become more abundantly clear that she's like, it's me, Big Brother cat. She's sort of like the Kris Jenner in that regard, right? Like, yes, I'm a Kardashian sister as well. Include me in your photos, people.
Yeah, but at least Kris Jenner's like the mastermind of the family.
Yeah, she has a mind for business. Yeah. She's strategic. Christy is very obviously not strategic.
I mean,
who is this woman? Where did they find her?
I don't know.
Well,
I mean, she posted that like.
She does have a story. I mean, she had like a whole Sports Illustrated article about her, right? Like she has. I could very easily see why she got cast over Claire, and that's no slight to Claire, but like oftentimes on reality TV, you need a story, and she does have a story.
She had that whole cringy video of how she was gonna go in with a wig on and take off the wig, and it's just like. The way she said it, I was like, this is weird. This whole thing is bizarre. I didn't care for that.
I mean, who knows? Maybe she could be a really great TV.
Maybe I don't think Big Brother is the show I want to see her on though. Like
that's fair. You think the challenge will pick her up? No. Does that count enough for the challenge?
She's gonna go into quarantine and then get kicked out and be like, it's me, almost challenge 38 contestant Christy here doing podcasts with CT.
I would love to see Christy actually on like The Bachelor, because first of all, I'm only gonna watch 2 episodes before I fall off because I can't make myself finish that show. I don't know why. And I feel like it would be very dramatic. Maybe another woman would literally snatch her wig at one point. That could be iconic. I feel like her competing for a man maybe would be fun. And she's way more likely to become an influencer from The Bachelor, so she probably would rather do that show anyways.
Yeah,
do you think she's bound by a contract to CBS even though she never actually went in?
I would imagine so. Like because obviously there are like alternates to these things, but I haven't heard of alternates from shows going on to other shows. You know, like I've heard of people who have made it far in the casting process, but I haven't heard like, hey, here was an alternate that was cut for Survivor and now they're on The Bachelor. It feels like I would imagine if you get to a certain stage, if you're like on location, I think that's when you probably sign the legalese.
Well, I'm trying to think though, because I feel that there are people who have made it that were like, I guess they were made like originally in a casting pool for the show, but then aren't like they get transferred
not
earlier.
Like flown out to location like days away from playing the game. Yeah. I feel like they wouldn't necessarily, though. I don't know. And then this is also different networks too, so maybe it would fly if Chrissy wants to be on like Tough as Nails season 4. Yeah, I think that'd be more okay than The Bachelor.
That I'd be here for.
I just can't imagine that. Well, listen, Liana, you mentioned Cameo. What a segue into our very first game here. Let's see how much you both know about Cameo, because look, Big Brother players have just been proliferating the platform, finding various ways to give their messages to fans for a payment, or I guess in Frenchie's case, he should be paying them. So this is going to be super simple. I'm going to give you the name of a house guest. And what I'll do is we'll do this sort of like how RHAP did the census. One of you will give a price, and the other one of you will say whether or not you think that price is higher or lower than the suggested price.
Okay, sounds good.
If you get it right, you get the point. If you get it wrong, the other person gets a point. Okay. So let's actually keep going, because all of the Big Brother 23 pre-jurors are on Cameo.
All of them?
All of them.
And Christy.
The non-pre-juror, the pre-juror. So I'll count out Frenchie because you were totally on the money. It was $25. Okay, but Liana, I'm going to start with you here. put up the bid.
no.
Kirsten will guess higher or lower on the much talked about Christian Birkenberger.
Ooh, the Birkenberger boy. Okay, I'm gonna say. Wait, do I say the number?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you say you give a price. Kirsten gives higher or lower.
Higher or lower. Okay, 35.
Kirsten, is it higher or lower?
Okay. Christian has proved to be like a pretty reasonable human in the time since he's been off the show. So I feel like 35 was such a good place to set it though, because I'm like, oh, what's it gonna be? I think it's gonna be under, but not by much.
You are right on the money, quite literally, Kirsten. $30 for Kirsten.
yes!
For Christian.
Yes. Wait, what happens? What would have happened if Liana had gotten that dead on and just
Double
said 30?
points.
Yeah, we're just giving her a point. But we,
Double points.
we go through the motions of it all. Are you putting in a motion for double points?
Motion for double points. I think if you get it right on, you should get a point.
All
for
right,
that.
sure. Double points. Double points if you get it. All right, Kirsten, you're next. Remember Travis? He's on Cameo.
No, I don't.
How much is Travis putting up for a cameo right now?
I think. Oh my god, what do these people think they're worth is the question. Travis, I feel like is less so reasonable than Christian. I'm gonna set it at $40.
$40. Liana, higher or lower?
I'm gonna go with lower.
All right, you better get out your Ulysses S. Grant because it's $50 to order a cameo from Travis.
No, I was like, no. What?
It's so
I was
interesting 'cause-
never considering any value higher than 40. I thought I was being absurd.
Yeah, I thought it was like, oh, Kirsten, no, that's a gimme point for me.
No,
That's so
and
high.
it's so strange because people have been really commending Travis, right? Of like they're not doing the Instagram lives, like he's just gone off and lived his life. No, this man is a business owner. Remember, like he has thrown himself behind cameos.
How many cameos has he made though? Like how many are on his page?
I mean, there's one review, and there's 20 people
Is
in
it
his
from his
fan
mom?
club. Except this is the best. It says, "Oh my gosh, my little girl is on cloud 9 right now. The excitement and shock on her face was priceless. Thanks so much, XOXOX. Love from Texas."
Okay, well, I'm worried about that girl who wanted a Travis cameo. That's embarrassing.
Maybe she's just behind in Big Brother. Like she just started. She's watching the first week, and
Yeah,
she's like,
she's
"Oh,
like-
give me." I don't.
No.
This Derek X, I don't know about. Give me Travis right now.
Love me some Travis.
All right, Liana, you are the next price setter here.
Okay.
Let's keep going in eviction order. How much is Brent Champagne going for on Cameo?
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna stick with my strategy, and I'm gonna say 35.
35. Kirsten, higher or lower?
I think it's got to be higher for Brunch Champagne.
It is, but not by much. $39
Ah,
for Brent
39.
Champagne.
Close.
I'm not sure why we're not on a round value here. I don't know if this is Brent being like, I'm just a little different. But-
I think it's
He's
like
a
a
businessman.
psychological thing when you're pricing things to make it just slightly
yeah.
less than the whole number, like makes people feel like they're saving money, even
Yeah.
though you're spending $39 on a cameo for Brunch
Should
Champagne.
$39.99.
Yeah, because you see the 3 and you're like, oh, it's only $30.
All right. Kirsten, you're the next price setter here. It's our last pre-juror. How much is Whitney going for?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna steal the Liana strategy here and say $35.
Yeah, I
All
feel
right.
like 35 is such a solid number.
Magic number, higher or lower?
I'm gonna go if Brent Champagne. Travis is at 40. Are you kidding me?
Travis is at 50.
50?
Yeah,
oh my
Travis
god, that's
was
worse than I
50.
even remembered.
I said 40 as the guess.
Yeah, right. Oh my god. Okay, I'll say she's gonna put herself with the majority and she's gonna say high. I'm gonna say higher.
That is correct. Whitney does not want to be associated with Brent except for price tag on Cameo. She is also going for $39.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
Can I also
Choices.
say, and this
Interesting.
is at no slight to Whitney, but I would not be surprised if 5 years from now, she is regarded as one of the most forgettable house guests in Big Brother history.
He's already.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way because I was gonna say after when we were talking about the likability of this cast in general, I remember thinking after Brent went that like, oh, I love everybody else. And then I like blanked with Whitney. I like forgot she existed because then my next person was Christian for me. So
yeah, it's like, oh, I love everybody left. Oh wait, except Whitney because she's also there and I forgot.
Yeah, she really is like the Cassie Colvin from BB13, right? The like Carol from BB8 in terms of just like those poor young women who get booted pre-jury are not well remembered, especially I think in the spectrum of the season so far.
When was the last time Cassie from BB13 got brought up on a podcast?
Right now.
Literally
like,
right now.
When was the last time? Like, was it, I guess, when she was evicted?
I would imagine so, 10 years ago when she was
10
evicted.
Years,
so
no mention, and yet now
every
we're back.
10 years, the name Cassie Colvin's invoked, and she comes out of the mist.
Yeah, well, because I'm just thinking, like, Whitney didn't even get any of her own segments on the show or anything like that, right? I have.
Well, she had the really unfortunate one about the gym wear, right, where everyone was laughing at her outfit.
Yes, her sports bra, the one with like the hoodie that's like
and the hole in it.
The
viewing port.
Yeah,
not the viewing port.
Like the glass bottom boat of shirts.
Yeah, and
is that what cutouts are to you, Mike?
Oh well, port? We know what. That's what Mike uses them for.
When you got a big booty, you need that viewing hole.
That's where your cutout can be, like right where your crack is, right?
Oh my god, no!
Imagine, like, I've got new pants to show the world.
Like, the thing with Whitney is I think if I ever have to think about her again, the only thing I will ever remember is the like possible problematic thing she might have said. That's going to be
microaggressions. That's all I can remember.
Well, the microaggressions, yeah, but then like the thing where it's like maybe she said it, maybe she did it, we didn't see it. You know, that's gonna be the only thing I ever remember.
Yeah. That's gonna be one of those like Big Brother rumors that unfortunately, and I
can't wait. I'm going to befriend Claire. Claire and I are going to be friends. She followed me before. She knows who I am. We have a mutual friend in Naomi Calhoun. I'm going to be friends with Claire, and I'm going to be like, listen. I won't tell a soul, but you need to tell me what happened that night in the bathroom. I will get the answers.
So we got some all-stars on Cameo as well. So we're going to go back to Liana here. Liana, how much does Ian Terry cost on Cameo?
He probably doesn't value himself high enough. So I'm going to set him at 50.
All right, Kirsten, higher or lower than 50 for Ian Terry?
See, the thing is I could see him pricing himself high so that he doesn't have to do them, but I could also see him pricing himself low because it's like strategic to make more money by doing more at a lower price and like get the money. I'm going to say lower.
Lower than 30?
She said 50.
Oh, 50. Sorry. Wow. That is correct. $42
oh my
Ian
God.
Terry.
We're so close.
You really are in that range.
I know.
All right, Kirsten.
Okay.
Let's talk about one half of Memphis Garrett.
No.
How much is he going for on Cameo?
Oh my God.
Memphis.
No, ew, gross. I'm gonna say that Memphis, he really thinks highly of himself, and those cropped skinny pants don't buy themselves. So I'm going to put Memphis at $67.
$67. Liana, higher or lower?
I'm gonna say higher.
It is higher. Are you sitting down right now? I know you both are.
No!
Let me ask the larger populace. Are you sitting down right now? You need to find a surface at this moment. Memphis Garrett is charging $1,000 for a cameo.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
How many has he done? How many are on the page?
Let's see, 17 reviews, 63 people in his fan club. Let's see, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think they do like a preview of 5 or so.
I would just like to say to anyone who has a spare $1,000 to purchase a cameo from Memphis, You can reach me at paypal.me/Kirsten said what, and I will accept money. I will send you way more interesting stuff than what Memphis is posting on Cameo, okay?
$1,000 to talk with Memphis Garrett.
Not even talk with, right? Like you just get a video from him.
You get a video from him where he's just standing there talking at you.
Like,
Yeah.
hi, I'm really dumb. Happy
Oh,
birthday.
well, actually, yeah, let's
yeah,
listen
let's
to
hear
one of
one.
these, because clearly, like, let's see what people are getting their money for. So let me see.
John, what's up, man? It's Memphis. I just want to say thanks for your support, man. Appreciate you watching. If you watched both seasons, wow, that's awesome, man. I just started watching season 10, man, and I am a little frightened to see what I'm going to see. So we'll see how it goes down. I'll keep you updated on what I noticed. That
This is not worth $1,000.
He's gonna keep you updated on what happened in the season he was on.
Oh my god.
Why is
so
Memphis
funny.
watching BB10 in
Yeah, wait, why is he
2021?
watching that, like, 13 years later or whatever? Be like, all right, I guess I should finally watch my first season.
Yeah, I'm looking at the reviews. There were like a bunch he did like 10 months ago, 9 months ago, 8 months ago. Then there's like a few from 7, one from 4, and then one from 2 months ago.
So maybe
Do they
he slowed his
track his
roll.
prices?
Do you
like,
think
I
he
wonder...
increased his price?
That's what I'm wondering.
So you think because he increased his price, there was less of a demand for it?
Yeah, like
That's
where
how
why it
economics
falls-
works, Michael.
Or could it be that he's like quitting on it but doesn't want to deactivate? So he's just like, let me just put myself in a price range that
Yeah,
is
like-
unattainable, so people just won't. I don't want to do these calls anymore,
Well,
but I don't want to pack
that's
it
the
in.
Dr. Will, except he wasn't
Right.
attainable. He just straight up was like, no.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
price
now he's
himself
at 199, so he's about worth 5 Memphises at this point, or 5 Dr. Wills equals 1 Memphis.
That's fair.
That's what I'm always saying.
The perfect
We do the
equation.
BB math. I also like that Memphis's description is I like my whiskey neat and everything else messy. Ugh.
His choice in partner shows. $1,000.
I'm sorry. When Memphis thought he was saying something when he said, I like my whiskey neat and everything else messy. He really thinks he did something there. No, absolutely
I'm
not.
really mystified by this one that I just played, because Memphis is wearing a t-shirt, a button-down shirt above that, and then like a trench coat at the same time. He's wearing 3 different layers inside,
A
and
trench coat?
I'm mystified by it.
It's called fashion, okay?
Yeah. No one was clamoring for the Memphis trench coat on
Doesn't
Abercrombie
he live
and
in the
Fitch.
South? Why is he wearing so much clothes?
I don't know. Maybe it's like one of those things where he either the AC's too jacked up, or maybe he got kicked out of the house and had to put on as much clothes as possible.
I could fully see Christmas being the type of person who's like, this is the temperature the house is going to be, and you cannot touch the thermostat. And if you think it needs to be warmer, too bad. Put on a coat. He's got like a parka and mittens on. It's July.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, oh, got it.
Christmas is like, well, we met and fell in love in the Big Brother house, so let's keep it as cold as the Big Brother house is, just to, like, keep our love kindle.
Yeah, our love will live on.
All right, Liana. Here's another all-star for you.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, not as much as Memphis.
Okay, all right, good. Yeah, I was gonna say $1,000 just to be safe.
But here we're going from Cameo to Cameo Meow. How much does Enzo Palumbo go for on Cameo?
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. I feel like I'm starting to create a scale, a currency, if you will, of who's worth what amount of money.
Cameo bucks.
Cameo bucks, yeah. So I'm gonna put Enzo. I think 50 is a good amount for Enzo based on who else we've heard from today.
All right, Kirsten, higher or lower than 50?
Now, we know that Enzo is completely shameless after he participated in the celebrity fight night. So I'm going to say higher for Enzo.
That is incorrect.
Damn.
$44 for Enzo Palumbo.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
It was close. It was close. I don't know if it's still in that shameless vicinity. Thank you for reminding me that he was in that BB fight night, by the way.
Well, because
Oh my God.
his fight couldn't be scored because of his advanced age.
His
Don't forget.
advanced age. Oh man, that fight night was so fun. That was so funny. That was so
What a
stupid.
night. Still a great night.
Great night.
Just everything about that
I know.
was an exercise
Well,
in
and, like,
lunacy.
It was magical.
I don't know if this is a secret or not, but like they want to do another one in Canada, and I just don't know if that's actually happening or not.
How?
I'm
They must
100%
have
in
like
support.
I'm not surprised if like Adele is like had to sell his home or something to pay for that thing that lost them massive amounts of money.
Yeah, you got a
I
second
don't know.
mortgage.
All I know is they want to do it, and it's like, well, should I go to Alberta to watch it?
Oh, well, here's the thing. Do you think Christie's going to try to get involved?
I just
Yes.
pray that the border stays closed. It's not currently, but maybe they'll shut it down just to prevent that.
Non-Big Brother 23 house guest Christie's here to
Well, she would want to fight Claire, right?
Oh, that's a good
so.
point. That's the ultimate grudge match.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, Kirsten,
Okay.
you know him well. We're going from Enzo's second season back to his first season.
Okay.
Former guest on the B&B as well as on your Temptation Island podcast. How much does Matt Hoffman go for on Cameo?
You know what? I'm gonna stick with a classic. I'm gonna say 35.
All right, good number. Liana, higher or lower than 35?
Wasn't he like $1 for a while?
I think
Is
Did
that
I make
allowed?
that up?
I
don't
think at
know.
one point, yeah, but I don't think anymore. I don't know. I'm not like trolling Cameo, so
Yeah, so I guess the question is do I think he but like I'm pretty sure it was maybe someone had cameos at $1. Does anyone remember this? Whatever. Anyway,
I would go on
that's
Cameo
not
for
relevant.
$1.
Well, you can't. I mean, come on, Christy's on Cameo. You can go on Cameo. Like you're more of a celebrity than she is.
I don't think that. I mean, she's not a celebrity, but I'm also not a celebrity.
Well, yeah, but you know, like in the grand scheme,
Celebrity
of
is in the eye of the beholder. Look at Celebrity
Yeah.
Big Brother as an example.
There you go.
Mm.
All right, I'm gonna go with less because if it is $1, I want to be proven correct.
That is correct. We all know that Matt Hoffman loves Halloween. 13 spooky dollars to book Matt Hoffman.
See, after I said 35, I was like, oh wait, is it 15? But no, 13. Okay.
13.
All right. Another BB12 castmate here. Liana, Brittany Haynes. How much is she going for?
Ooh, I feel like this is kind of what Kirsten was saying earlier with Ian, where it's like, do I think she doesn't want to do them, so she has it like high enough so that she won't have to do them? I'm gonna go 75.
75. Kirsten, higher or lower?
Now here's the thing, okay? She deserves more than that. She deserves
Yes.
$1,000 a Cameo, as far as I'm concerned. Did you ever see the Cameo for explaining about like Kathy and the toffee?
Yeah, adhere to the turf. That you went viral on that one.
That was my pinned tweet for a while. Was just that video. It's my highest performing tweet of all time. You said 75?
I said 75. Yeah.
Okay. The thing is, she deserves more, but would she charge more? I think she would charge less.
That is correct. Brittany's charging a Travis, that is to say, a 50 for her cameo.
Wait, I'm sorry.
deserves
So
more.
Travis thinks he's the same as Brittany Haynes, basically, is what I'm getting from this.
I guess that is if from a monetary perspective, I suppose so.
The audacity of this man. Nobody is going to remember him in 6 weeks.
That's a Travis overvalue and a Brittany undervalue.
It's a Travis T is what it is.
Yes. And I love it. And that's the T. That's the Travis T. All right.
Travis T will be spilled.
Kirsten, let's talk about another
Oh, boy.
blonde Big Brother house guest who actually played in the season between Brittany's 2 seasons. How much for Porsha Briggs from Big Brother 13? Porsha Briggs is on Cameo, the castmate of the aforementioned Cassie Colvin.
I haven't thought about Porsha in a long time. Wow. Okay. I think Porsha. This is a real head scratcher for me because I don't even remember like what her personality is like. It's been so long since I watched BB13. I'm gonna say the old 42.
The old 42.
Ooh, classic 42.
Classic 42.
Okay, I'm gonna say less.
That is correct. Unfortunately, away from the old 42, closer to the young 20.
Oh, only 20?
Only 20. I think Porsha understands, right? She's like, I haven't been on TV in a decade.
Can we listen to one of her cameos?
Yeah, let me see if I can.
See how it compares to the $1,000 Memphis?
I'm going to tell you exactly the same, if not better.
I think it'll certainly be better.
Let's see. So this is.
I don't think she's just watching BB13 right now for the first time.
She'll keep us updated.
Oh, she looks very different. This is a give thanks cameo.
Okay.
Hi, Charlie. It's Porsha from Big Brother Season 13. Just wanted to wish you a very happy 28th birthday coming up in January and give you a little advice. As far as starting your reality career, I'm more than fine with it, and I think you're going to do awesome. Just go ahead and be a bigger personality, even than normal. Show them what they'd be missing. Show them how exciting you can be. Show them what great TV you can make, and you should have no problem getting on the show. So very good luck, and thank you so much for being a fan.
Okay.
Wait, so people are asking her for casting advice in the cameos?
I like that she's saying she approves. Like, approves of what?
That's it.
I
well, I
approve
think she
of you
approves
applying for
of
Big
your
Brother.
decision to
What
do
if she
this.
didn't? Like, don't do it. Get out of that show as long as you can.
Believe me, you
Well,
don't want any of this.
Wasn't that at the end of BB22 when Julie Chen was like, and apply for season 23, and Ian Terry was like,
Yeah, he was like shaking, like,
don't do it.
I mean, listen, yeah, considering Porsha got like, whatever you do, don't open Pandora's box. Please, for the love of God. They're gonna screw you over. Don't do it. That's my advice to you.
Good advice.
All right,
Okay.
final round here. Liana, we're starting with you.
Okay.
What's the score?
We are 5-5 right now.
Oh my
so
God.
this actually matters. I just assumed I was mathematically eliminated.
No, Kirsten surged out to an early lead, but you were able to catch up
I
here.
had an early lead and I blew it.
All right, Liana, technically a Big Brother house guest, maybe well more known for other things. Kato Kaelin
Oh my God.
is going for how much on Cameo?
Why do I have to keep thinking about Kato Kaelin?
$100.
His tummy hurty.
$100.
$100 for Kato
$100.
Kaelin.
Yes.
Kirsten, higher or lower?
Higher.
That is incorrect.
Damn it.
$60 for Kato
What
Kaelin.
a bargain.
$60.
And you really get your money's worth. If I recall correctly, he's like a freight train of a cameo. Like, oh my God, so happy to talk to you today. Here's everything I've been doing. Here's my grocery list. Here's everything my kids got to say. Like, he just crams everything in there with the most passionate energy you've ever experienced in a person.
Sounds about right.
What do you think is on his grocery list?
Crack.
Caffeine
I don't think you
pills,
get that from the grocery store, Michael.
fiber,
You stop over, fiber
Yeah, he
or like
definitely needs fiber.
Red Bull.
Red Bull, and fiber. What's that thing that Jamie Lee Curtis sells?
Oh, Activia.
Activia.
Yogurt?
Yeah, because
but
that's the one that makes you poop.
Activia. Yeah.
Well, but that's the thing is that Activia is like, probiotic, but like most of them have sugar added, so it's not actually probiotic.
Oh no, Kato, you fell
The
for
more
false
you-
advertising.
The more you know, if you
The more
want
you
your
know.
probiotics to actually do something, they can't.
And who would have thought
So
people go to
disappointing.
Taryn for the yogurt intel? Go to Kirsten McKinnis. She knows where it's at.
Like, I'm gonna tell you to not eat any of it because it's gross, because it's too gloopy to be food. But like, if you want to eat it, feel free. But like, I will never. I hate it so much.
I like this idea that a food has a texture that is incompatible with being food.
Yeah, gloopy.
Yeah, it's too
Mm.
gloopy to
I
be
don't-
a food as a
Yeah, I don't like
concept.
yogurt. I don't like pudding. I don't like
Applesauce?
sour cream, applesauce.
But if they froze the pudding, would that help?
Well, maybe because that would be more like ice cream, right?
It's not gloopy anymore.
Because like I can
Someone
eat
knows.
frozen
I'm
yogurt.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
Yeah, it's the gloopiness. So
It's
as
the
long as you get rid of
gloopiness.
that.
Is that why it would? I don't know. Is slop gloopy in your opinion?
I would bet
Oh, yeah,
it is.
oatmeal.
What
about
yeah,
oatmeal?
oatmeal is also like my number one least favorite food of
Yeah,
all time. Like
I know.
people were like, "Oh,
Mhm.
Kirsten, what are you like scared about for the Big Brother kid house?" I was like, "The slop," and I meant it. I would die. My mom force fed me a bowl of oatmeal every single morning for like the first probably 10 years of my life, and I hated it every single time. But she would be like, "No, I will literally feed it to you if you're not going to eat it because it keeps you full till lunch and warm all day," is what Vanessa
Mm.
would say about oatmeal. but I hate oatmeal so much. I hate it with like such a burning passion. I've had oatmeal one time since I was an adult. It was when I was staying at a boyfriend's parents' house, and I was like, well, this is the option for breakfast. I have to try and eat it. I couldn't eat it. So
Aww.
It shows, like, listen, if you need to not have to make a choice about gloopiness to find.
I
your
would
true,
be
your
eating
true partner.
pickles. Like on slop, I'd be eating pickles and olives.
No gloopies.
No gloop.
gloopies.
No
Keep the gloop away from
gloopies.
me,
Can you put that
please.
can you put that in your bio for your dating online apps of like
Oh,
hashtag
yeah.
no gloopies?
I just think men would take that in a different way than it's meant.
Ooh, yeah, I don't know how that would be interpreted, and I don't want to find out.
My online dating profile is still the Maggie Morgan special. It says extremely hot and funny as my bio. And I did adjust it to say double vaxxed because I want people to know.
Okay, yeah, hashtag for Derek X. Okay.
Double
All right.
vax for Derek.
Double vax for Derek X. Hey, that could really do something with, like, if we think that some of these casual fans, they're on Facebook, we don't know what they believe. Could we use Derek X to get people vaccinated
As the
COVID?
campaign? Yeah, have him lead the vaccination campaign with the American Red Cross.
This
would
would work.
that.
Can we put his face on the syringes?
Oh, Derek X is inside me.
And then everyone who's administering the vaccines has to wear Derek X faces over their face.
I can't wait
The
until
mask.
Puya hears what Liana just said on this podcast.
Out of
Used to
context,
it.
make it happen. Oh, and you know what? And now instead of scrubs, they have to wear that paint splotch sweatshirt. Like you have to dress up.
Abercrombie, now you have to restock because it's a public health emergency.
We need them. We need them.
It's the only way to stop the Delta variant.
All right. Well, Kirsten, I'm going to give you one final rally here.
Oh.
You get to give the price. Liana goes higher or lower.
Oh, I thought the game was over.
I thought it was over.
I want to give you one more chance.
Oh, okay.
To tie it up.
Tie it up?
Yeah. Tie it up. All right.
Time to celebrate.
Dan.
You're not being loud enough. It needs to be at least like 35% higher than the rest of the podcast so that people are like, oh, I'm just vibing. And then it's like, turn it up.
Kirsten, you are literally the only person in my life who said I am not loud enough. So I'm just gonna salivate in this moment.
We're relatable in that context, but I don't mean like, oh, that you're too quiet or you're not loud. I mean, like, the joke about the turn it up is that it was like, okay, let me blast everybody's eardrums on the first night of feeds. And now we can't possibly hear Kyland whispering because of it.
All right. So Dan Giesling, he of the many whispers himself.
No.
He's on Cameo. How much is he going for?
Oh my God. Dan Giesling. Well, he has a family now. Full-time Twitch streamer. I think $60.
$60. Liana, higher or lower?
Oh man, I was gonna say 100. Okay, yeah, then I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna say higher.
Dan Giesling is going for $68 on Cameo.
Did I get a perfect score and win? That was so mean.
Congratulations, Liana.
Oh, that was a close battle. Although to be honest,
he couldn't possibly list himself for 69.
I know.
That wouldn't be right with the lore.
Listen, yeah, he was the one that hid behind his Bible in BB10. He couldn't go with 69, but he wanted to go close enough just to be that edgy.
But he had his Bible, but then he also had his guns. So like, where does that lay?
Okay, so the other thing I was thinking, Mike, if you ever needed to repurpose this game, is more or less than Christy. Right?
Because Christy was at 100, right?
She's 75 now.
75 now, yeah. So
maybe she lowered it again.
Like Memphis, higher or lower? Surprisingly higher.
About like 10 times higher than the way Christy started.
More than 10 times.
$1,000 for Memphis.
I know. I can't get over that. I want to. Oh my God! And like the cameos are awful. So what is he thinking?
Has anyone ever gotten a cameo and you're like, that was worth the money?
Yes, I got one for Mike.
Yeah, maybe in retrospect wasn't that great. From Sam Smith.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, that wasn't right at the time. Sam Smith was always off when.
Oh,
anyone
but wait,
cries in the
Kirsten,
room.
it was double trouble because Bella showed up halfway through.
Yeah, so fun. Is William Hung canceled? Because I got one for my sister from William Hung, and that was great. I love.
I think he's good.
I haven't heard of William Hung being canceled, but I don't have like the full catalog. Scally would be a better person to ask if someone's canceled or not.
I got
he
one
just
from
like
him,
knows.
so. Okay, speaking of casuals, you said that a while ago, and I thought of the transition, and then I never bothered to recalibrate. I have a game prepared for you guys.
Okay.
It's based on casuals' opinions. Now, I know that the True Casuals Corner on Facebook has been a little bit of a cesspool.
No, we're like, let's be frank, we're staying away from that racist shit.
Yeah. So that's not the energy that I want in the world at all, and definitely not on the B&B. So instead, I turned to my mother, truly a casual in the world of Big Brother. She knows next to nothing of anything when it comes to Big Brother, but she was here visiting and she watched the show with Puya and I. So what I did was I asked her thoughts on each of the contestants. Now, to be fair, she couldn't remember who Brittany was. So we're starting from Derek X, like up, if that makes sense.
Like
so
the final 10.
Yeah, like the final 10.
Okay.
So from Derek X on, to whomever is still in the game at the moment.
Poor Brittany.
I know. I can't. Sorry. So I told her, I was like, all right, what do you think of Big D? Right. And then she would give me her thoughts. So what I'm going to do for you guys, we're going to, it's going to be a buzz-in comp because I think that's funnier. And you can interrupt me in the middle of a description.
Ooh, okay.
So if you think you know who it is, you can yell whatever you want to yell, your name, a number, whatever. It's up to you to buzz in to answer. All right. So I'm going to say, like, for example, this person, blah, 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 blah. I've made all the pronouns gender neutral. So we'll see how it goes. So Mike, what would you like to yell as your buzz in?
Oh, definitely Destiny, 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 Destiny.
Of course. All right. And Kirsten?
I will yell jacked jellyfish.
Okay. Jacked
jellyfish. Oh,
jellyfish.
jacked.
But not in the accent.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do this thing. All right, here is your first description. Remember, buzz in when you think you know the answer. You may interrupt me, but if you buzz in before it is done, then you get it wrong, then I will finish reading the description and the other person can answer. All right? Okay. So, all right, here we go. Person number 1. So my mom said this person, quote, would steal your boyfriend or girlfriend, but then your partner would leave when they find out that this contestant was an airhead.
Jacked jellyfish.
Yes, Kirsten.
Alyssa?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's pretty scathing.
I know. That was all she knew, but she knew nothing else about Alyssa. That was the old. I just like, okay, but like, what else?
That's a very like Frenchy surface level assessment of Alyssa.
I know.
Like Mr. Steal your girl, but also like you don't have a personality, so they leave that person.
Yeah, exactly, because they're an airhead. Like, okay, I like this level of detail that we're getting into. All right, so
no wonder you're so good at reading people, Liana. After this is what you've come from.
Oh my god, I told this on the Drag Race podcast I recorded, but RuPaul was wearing this suit, Klein Epstein Parker, Avi, and my mom goes, "Oh, I had a shower curtain made out of the same material." And she definitely did not intend it as a read. It was
Reading
so...
is
Yes.
what? Fundamental.
Unless your mom is just like a Maria von Trapp, right? It's just like, oh no, I like to make my clothes out of that all the time.
No, that would be normal curtains, not shower curtains.
It's a
Come
shower
on.
curtain specifically. Okay. All right, here's the next description.
Okay.
This person is, quote, this is what my mom said, expressive, very hopeful and positive, but emotional, and they get upset. They wear their emotions.
Destiny.
Yes, Mike.
Aza?
That is incorrect. So I will continue reading the description. They wear their emotions on their sleeve. They're pretty athletic and a friend that you would do daring things with. Okay, so Kirsten, you have full reign to take a free guess.
Things with.
Yes.
I feel like the only person on this cast who, if they were my friend, I would do anything for would be Tiffany.
This was Claire.
Athletic? Claire?
Okay.
Her?
Yeah, she's athletic, right? Yeah.
She's
Huh.
tall.
Okay.
Yes, but she's tall. I was like, well, she's tall. So I think that's why she maybe comes across as athletic.
Tall
You do-
equals athletic.
Do daring things with her.
And you would do daring things with her.
But like, why would you do daring things with Claire?
No, I think she means to say claring things.
She does.
That's not a
clearing
thing
things.
at all.
No,
You just
I
made
do.
that
I
up.
do, I do
Bloom.
claring things with Claire.
I do declare.
Do declare with your curtains. Okay. Her next description is, all right, so my mom said, this person is insecure and susceptible to manipulation.
Jack Jellyfish.
Yes, Kirsten.
Sarah Beth.
Is incorrect.
What?
Okay.
All right, Mike. Susceptible to manipulation. Maybe a little overconfident, a false sense of security, but a friend you would call if you had issues with your partner.
Wait,
I'm gonna
it's-
say this is Azza.
Derek X.
Interesting.
She really latched on to the fact that he didn't use
Yeah.
the roulette, that he didn't go for
Mhm.
the roulette. And she just was like, he just doesn't know what's going on. He just doesn't know.
I gotta say, everything up to someone you'd call about like relationship problems. It's like, no, it's Sarah Beth. It's a mistake. It's a mistake, Liana.
You're
This
taking your
is
sister's
clearly
opinion for that.
Somehow.
Here's this next one. I want to break her sunglasses and cut her
And
neck.
Huh? I don't know what that means.
If you ever invite me back on another season for the B&B, I'll get my sister's casual
there we
take.
go.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Okay. All right. Here's the next one. My mom said this person is, the dancer guy from Meghan Trainor's music video. And then she also said he's good at physical slapstick comedy. A good
Jacked Jellyfish?
Yes, Kirsten.
I'm sorry, does she think Derek F was in Meghan Trainor's music video?
She doesn't think he was, but thinks he looks like the guy from
Oh!
the music video. Yes. She also said a good beard, but not as good as Puya's.
Aww.
Aw. But also, physical comedy, he doesn't get up.
And it's
No.
funny.
Let me
okay?
tell you,
He
let me
lays
tell you.
there and it's funny. It's
He's not
hilarious.
Charlie Chaplin.
You just don't get the joke, Mike.
The gif from the comp of him sliding into the log, that is, I believe, what she's referencing.
Oh, that one of those NFTs.
One of the NFTs, yes. Specifically that moment, because they replayed it over and over and over again. So I believe that's what that is in reference to. So yes, Kirsten, you now have 2 points.
I'm locked in, baby.
All right, next up, my mom said this person reminds me of an actor/actress. Stealthy and very clever. Presents as, I'm so sweet, but really they've got some bite to them.
Destiny, Destiny,
Jack
Destiny.
Jellyfish?
I heard Mike first.
Is this Sarah Beth?
This is Sarah Beth. She also said, why do they wear their glasses over their side bangs?
Oh, well, that would have been a giveaway. I
Yeah.
guess that's the actor-actress thing is also a big indicator, too.
Which is funny because she didn't know that she's lying about her profession being a voice actress. So that was interesting that she picked up on that. Also, she reminds me of sweet and sour sauce.
Oh, what?
What?
Because she's sweet and sour. Like she's sweet and sour.
The other thing my sister had to say about Sarah Beth was she makes her own clothes and it looks like it.
Oh.
Now that is a read.
She's like, you can tell.
You can tell. All right, we got a few more left. All right, next one. This person, this is what my mom said, would be in the Beach Boys, like the band. They are kind of socially awkward, but shouldn't be because they're so good looking. People suck up to them. And also, they just can't figure it out. Do they only have one eye?
What? What? The legend of the legend of the one-eyed beach boy.
Kristen.
Kylan?
Yeah.
I am flummoxed. Flummoxed.
He's the only one left that hasn't been an answer that like has enough hair to be a beach boy.
She got very much like surfer vibes from him. She was like,
okay.
surfer vibes.
Okay.
Also, but what's with the one eye?
I don't know. She kept asking. She's like, does he only have one eye?
What?
But, like,
But what was he doing?
I don't know.
Does he wink a lot?
I think because his face is a little bit less symmetrical. One eye is a little like he's got what I have, where like one eye is like a little bit like more smush than the other eye. And I think that's where she got it from. I'm not sure. Okay. Next description. This person is black girl magic. Very fashionable, dresses well, very loyal.
Destiny.
I heard Kirsten first.
Tiffany?
Mike, what do you think? That's an
Hannah?
incorrect person. Azza.
Oh, the one time I don't choose
I was
Azza.
between Tiffany
Yeah.
and Azza, yeah.
Yeah, she really liked Azza's like classic simple style. She was like very much into that fashion.
Mhm.
Certainly no shower curtain.
No shower.
Could
curtain.
never be a shower
Could never
curtain.
be.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I got one more.
Okay.
My mom said this person is a good strategist in a laid back way, but can't dance disco. He's from a different era.
Oh, Destiny.
Yes.
Is this Xavier?
Yes.
You talking about him with the afro doing like
Yes.
the 3-minute strut to the diary
Yep.
room?
The rest of the description was he's no Sly Stone, but he's a polite kind of Sly, solid as a stone, a pointed headstone.
Solid as a stone.
As you dig your own hole and you're solid as a stone. Those are the phrases.
I'm gonna say that to Colin Stone at some point in the future. I'm like, you're solid as a stone.
Pointed headstone, because Xavier's got a little bit of a pointed head. My mom very much noticed that.
Oh, wait, Sylvester Stallone has nothing to do with disco. Wasn't that John Travolta that was in Saturday Night Fever?
Sly Stone, like the musician.
Oh, Sly Stone. I thought you said
Not
Sylvester
Stallone.
Sylvester
Sly
Stallone.
Stone.
Okay,
No.
Mike.
The other one she had for Tiffany was this. Tiffany is two-faced. She's outgoing to get you. Which I like.
That's you next time you play Among Us.
I know.
This is amazing.
Solid as a stone, outgoing to get you. I'm
Outgoing.
outgoing to get you. That's gonna be if I ever were to be on one of these reality
That'd be your
shows,
intro line to
That would be your
would
Real
absolutely be my
Housewives intro
Yes.
line.
Yes. Well, a few things about me. I'm outgoing to get you.
That'd be really great. So, like, yeah, the guy who came in before here said, like, I'm looking for some booty and not this one. Like, you have a much better line than he did.
Now we just need to find my line.
Ciao.
Oh my goodness. I can't. Why did Kylan only has one eye?
Anyways, I won the game in your
You won the
face,
game.
Mike, in
Yes,
your face.
congratulations, Kirsten. Yes, you got a solid
more
win
on-
here. You did a great job.
I'm more on
Especially
Liana's mom's level than you.
you're
That's very true.
really
Though
in sync.
Liana's mom was making like puns that are on my level personally, so I think I resonated in that way.
Solid as a stone.
I might have to use outgoing to get you at some point.
I
I'm
like
going to
it.
get you.
Mhm.
All right, so to finish things off, we got some punishments this past few weeks, right? The first punishments to be put into the Big Brother house. And so in lieu of some punishments and punishment from Big Brother seasons past, we're going to play one of Big Jeff's favorite games, Would You Rather? So basically what I'm going to do is give you 2 Big Brother punishments, and basically you have to pick which one you would rather do as a house guest, and we can sort of talk it through.
Okay.
So this first one, I'll start with Big Brother 22 here, or Big Brother 23. Would you rather be the Lord of the Latrine, like Derek X was, or from Big Brother 15, would you rather only be able to talk into a megaphone? What do you think, Liana?
Oh my gosh. From a strategy perspective, obviously the megaphone is a complete disadvantage. Could you imagine? Well, Kylan with the megaphone would actually be useful because then I would be able to hear what he was talking about.
Mhm.
I think as annoying as it would be to be the Lord of the Latrine, at least you can have a strategy conversation. So I'm going to pick Lord of the Latrine.
I'm trying to remember, how long did the megaphone punishment last for?
I want to say it was a little bit, maybe like almost a week that Spencer had to do it for.
Yeah, and Lord of the Latrine was only 24 hours, right? Or am I on drugs?
I No, I think it was more, right? Because I remember Derek X had to do it at the veto meeting, which was 24 hours after the veto
Right.
comp.
I'd still be the loyal Latrine.
Yeah.
Even just to have something in common with Derek X that we could like talk about. Like, hey, we both did this thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm maybe it's because again, to the Kirsten's other point, I'm like naturally conditioned to be a human in Megaphone that I would find no problem. Like my game would already be fried anyway based on how loud I talk. So like, sure, amplify it. I don't want to stand near poo poo all day.
People already hear you, so it doesn't really matter.
Stand
Exactly.
near poo poo all. Mike Bloom, you have a child. You're near poop enough. You
That's
would
why
be
he
fine.
says
Exactly.
poo-poo.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
listen, too much poo poo in my life.
Oh
Oof.
my god.
All right. How about this? Would you rather live in a sand pit for 24 hours, like what happened to poor Virgin King and Big Brother Over the Top, or another one from Big Brother 15, live in solitary confinement for 24 hours with an alarm that goes off every 10 minutes, Kirsten?
Under no circumstances do I ever want an alarm to go off every 10 minutes. You got to take the sandpit.
I'm 100% on the same page. Like sandpit all day. Think about how much fun you can have playing in the sandpit.
Yeah,
Like
you
I don't
can
want
build
the
a
alarm going off.
sandcastle.
Yeah.
Like I don't even
You
hit
can dig a
snooze
hole.
on my alarm in the morning because I can't stand having more than one. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah, to
no.
Leonard's point, you could dig your own hole in the sandpit. Yeah, I forgot because we had solitary confinement this past week, right, with Sly Stone himself, Xavier.
yes.
And I forgot that we had the much more extreme version of it. We've had it several times in the past, but I forgot that poor JUDD Party Doherty had to essentially be like the Desmond from Lost and hit the snooze button every 10 minutes for 24 hours straight. That is torturous.
That's brutal.
He deserved it.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know. He has an inspiring bear shirt, Kirsten. Don't you know that it inspired Julie Chen Moonves to go down this whole line of apparel?
Yeah, did you know that when it's printed like that, it's called sublimation?
Oh man.
All right. Here's your next one. Would you rather give up competing in the next 5 HOH competitions or give up $250,000 of your prize money if you won? These are both from Big Brother 8, Liana.
That's wild. I think I would give up because at the time that was half the money.
Mm-hmm.
So
But maybe you need an HOH to win.
Well, that's what I'm trying to decide. If I have to win HOH, am I winning anyway? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's worth. I'm going to bet on myself. I'm going to say the 5 HOHs I will not compete in, but I'm keeping all the money.
Yeah, I agree completely because didn't that end up working out to stay in the season longer because people weren't afraid because they couldn't win?
That was the whole
HOH?
thing with Jamaica. They're like, well,
Yeah.
she's literally powerless, so let's just keep
Mm-hmm.
her in longer and longer until literally the last opportunity where she finally could play an HOH where she lost. And yeah, it was Jen. And well, to be fair, Jen would have gone home that week had she not put up half the money. So it was sort of a damned if you do, damned if you don't. But yeah, I forgot about that she essentially had Jen Johnson somehow won Big Brother 8. She would have only won $250,000.
Huh. I bet Big Brother was like, yeah, that. We like that.
Like, wow, let this genius win.
All right, here's your next one. And this is my Would You Rather Big Dick Johnson version.
Okay.
Yay!
Or would you rather receive the yell punishment, which, if you recall, was when he stormed through the house with Rachel Swindler and yelled about how everything was 0 stars,
Mm-hmm.
or the alien punishment from Big Brother 21, where he was dressed up like an alien and made really loud, annoying noises to Jack the entire week? Kirsten, pick your poison.
Well, both of those things are horrible. But I guess I'll choose the Yelp reviews. I feel like that was funnier.
Yeah, but he was dressed as an alien yelling at Jack, which is like, it was such
But what,
a
you want to be
beautiful
like
thing.
Jack?
No. But I'm saying like I have such fond memories of that particular punishment because of the context.
Mm.
And like I feel like the outfit really makes it more interesting to me. So I think I'm gonna go with the alien.
Okay.
Yeah, the alien, I think, had some more play between them. Like, I do recall by the end of the week that, like, they were doing a bit of a comedy act. I feel like you can't really interact with the 0 stars guy. Plus, like, listen, we're personalities on the internet. I've experienced enough 0 stars people. I don't want to invite more of that in my
Well, yeah,
life.
see,
Talk
that's the
about
thing. The
trauma.
0 stars don't impact me, right?
Mm.
Like, I've already been called much worse, right? I think the other thing too that I'm confusing is that was the same week where Jackson had to do the like fake surgery on an alien, right?
autopsy.
I think I just couldn't stop thinking about that.
And that was also when Tommy had to be flying at the speed of smell.
Now that costume was a choice that they made.
Oh, that's so dumb.
That actually was the reason for one of Scally's like best tweets of all time when he was like, Tommy's costume kind of looks like something, but I can't put Nick's foot on it.
Yeah.
Oh God, now I don't even want to think about that, and now I did. Oh God. All right, let's move on from that. That ironically enough is its own punishment. Okay. This is reading, and not just from Liana's mom. Would you rather, a la the read it punishment from Big Brother 20, have to read Hamlet out to the entire house, or a la the All Star Wars from BB22, would you rather have to read and act out the screenplay to Dirk Space Jammer, Kirsten?
Wow. Okay, so here I'm conflicted because first of all, I've never read Hamlet because my English teacher in grade 12 said Hamlet's boring. We're going to read King Lear instead. But the problem with the Dirk Space Jammer is he had to like get other people, like he'd have to wake people up in the night to act it out. And I feel like people were really annoyed by that. I much preferred watching that one on the feeds though. So I'm going to go, I would be Dirk Space Jammer, obviously.
Yeah, the Dirk Space Jammer one, I remember because I wanted to know exactly what the story was.
Right. I remember we actually had a segment, I think, on this last year. We tried to like piece together the script.
That's what I'm trying to find it where I like went through because there were 4 parts. Yeah, there was a whole yeah. Okay, yeah. So there were 4 scenes, 25, 36, 45, and 79. Yeah, it was like a whole thing. I think I should probably pick Hamlet, but my lack of literacy is gonna speak here. I'm going with Dirk Space Jammer.
Not lack of literacy.
I don't know how to read.
Liana has a PhD and she's like, I'm illiterate.
I don't even know what those letters mean. I would not want to pick Hamlet here too, just because Haley's punishment, if you recall, was she had to read all of Hamlet. She stopped when it was done. Dirk Space Jammer, to your point, Liana, just had the 4 pages. And while it was more annoying to get people involved as scene partners, like it was a marathon for Haley. And I imagine Hamlet could be fun the first 2 acts. And then you're like, I have to keep doing this?
Yeah.
Really?
I would much rather just watch The Lion King, you know?
Maybe you're so bored though that like you're into it.
I feel like maybe it also depends on when it's instituted, right? If it's at like final 4, then yeah. Give me that entertainment as opposed to like having to do it at final 12. It just feels like there's so much going on. I'd rather be strategizing than reading.
Well, Haley wasn't so good at that part. Okay. So.
All right. Would you rather kick 2,400 soccer goals in 24 hours or win 2,400 sword battles in 24 hours?
Okay.
Those were both really tough because I remember Brittany with her her foot was destroyed after the soccer one.
Yeah, and so I have to choose the sword fight as the result because I don't want my foot to look like that.
Yeah, I remember seeing it was like, oh, that's
and like she should have just not done it.
Or she should have kicked. She should have kicked with a different part of her foot too. Like I think you could probably kick with the inside of your foot after a while. You don't have to keep kicking with the toe.
I think she did though.
It's just so many kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even for the kicking dancer.
I don't want to do 2,400 of anything, first of all. But like I don't ever want my foot to even possibly look like that. So it has to be the sword fight.
Yeah, even the sword fights, you could like act it out, right? Like you could have a little bit of fun with it. I think you could only try to reenact yourself as Pele for so long before you're like, this is getting tiring. And also my foot's gonna fall off my body.
Today I'm Ronaldo. Yeah, I think I'm with you guys. I think you gotta do the sword fighting.
Would you rather spend 24 hours dipping yourself into a chum bath or spend 24 hours dumping manure on yourself?
But first of all, both of those things are too gloopy for me.
Too gloopy. Don't eat. Well, for obvious reasons, you wouldn't eat it.
Well, yeah, but like I don't like gloopy things in general. Ugh. Liana, what do you think? I don't know.
Well, I know I picked Lord of the Latrine, but that's as close as to what do you call poo poo?
Poo.
Poo poo, yeah. Poop
But
poo.
like, what was the like
Chum.
manure made of? Like, it wasn't actually poop.
I don't remember. It's from Big Brother 8, but I can't remember what.
What was
Like,
the
I'm-
chum made of? I remember it looking really gross.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
like
and it
it was
smelled
it was
really
it was
bad.
like a viscous and like almost slimy green.
Oh yeah, it was green. Was it green or was it pink? It was green.
I think it was green. Yeah.
I guess I'd have to pick the chum, but I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, I'm going chum all day, baby.
I would
Yeah.
much rather shave my head than do either of those things.
I'm going
the-
chum all day, baby.
I'd probably go. I don't know, because manure. Then I don't know. I'd rather.
Oh, now you want to be your own poo poo?
Well, not around other people's poo poo. I feel like it's different than. Well, actually, I don't. think it'd
Random
be-
bucket poo poo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
where's
no,
this poop
I don't.
from?
I don't think. I don't think it's bring your own manure.
Ew! Ooh! Mike's
That's
been
a punishment.
collecting samples for weeks.
Ew.
I mean,
Ew, ew.
no,
All right, move on.
not
Next,
at all.
next,
Just nudging it
next.
off screen.
Ew,
Okay.
ew, ew.
Would you rather? Sorry,
Would
Kristen.
rather.
Kristen, I'm staying on the gloopiness. Would you
No.
rather
Aw.
be on slop for the rest of the season, or have to bake apple pies for the rest of the season?
Well, baking apple pies is very upsetting, Mike. Okay. I have it on good authority that it really emotionally hurts to do. I would obviously bake the apple pies.
Do you have to cry into the pies and wave a little flag as
Yeah, you
do
might.
it?
You have to do your best Polly Calafiore,
Mhm.
impression as you do it.
Yeah, that would be such an honor. Yeah,
Yeah, I was
mean,
bred for that.
honestly, having something to do, like, yeah, it's annoying, but like, I mean, maybe I'll think differently when I'm on my 70th pie, but still.
Right. I think
Yeah,
the
but
thing
then
would
you're
be.
making pies. People like pie.
True.
Yeah, but I also think the thing with the sleep deprivation, like if it's another thing where they get you up in the middle of the night, if it's for the rest of the season, I can imagine that getting onto you as opposed to like slop, I eat it on my own time. Now, of course, I do say that not having been on a slop diet, and I know apparently how debilitating it is.
Yeah.
So I could also, yeah.
Did you see how much weight Brayden lost in BB Can 9?
Yeah, that's true.
He's still. It's a lot. I was like, you look snatched. And he was like, yeah, I lost 70 pounds.
What?
God.
Really?
I don't know. Now I am like afraid that I'm lying to you, but it was
It was a lot.
That's a
it was
lot.
a lot.
That's a
I remember
lot
when
of
he said
weight.
that, I was like, what?
lot.
I think it might have been 30 pounds and I just like made it 70. I
Just
don't know.
double it. You really Memphis it there.
I really Memphised it.
Classic Memphis.
Would you rather become a robot or have no cups or cutlery for the house?
For the whole house?
For the whole house.
Oof.
Wait, what was this robot one? When did that happen?
Sam.
Oh, Sam!
Oh,
She became a robot and had to go in the room. What's the duration? Is it the same punishments?
So yeah, I mean, it would be like no cups or cutlery for a week. I think it was in BB9, and
Mhm.
then for Sam, it was an entire week.
I would take the robot. It would negatively impact my game, yes, but I think people would be very upset with me if I was the reason there was no cups or cutlery.
The robot's hilarious.
Yeah,
I would actually be, I mean, it would suck, yeah, because of the whole game implications of it all, but to be the robot in some sad room by yourself, I love
Where
that.
where did she get to stay during that time? Like, did she have like a nicer room to sleep in and all
I
that?
think she had like a little separate room that she would stay in during all this. Not to mention, I mean, I do think one of the reasons why she ends up not being the first boot in Big Brother 20 is because of the robot thing. So like,
Mhm.
yeah, it kind of sucks, but it ended up almost helping her more than it hurt her.
So well, no, it depends on who you ask. I think she
That's
would have
true.
much preferred to have been the first boot than last so long.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I want my robot to take a left, and then there's another right, and then a left, and then there's a door, and I go through that
And
door.
I'm
with my robot.
outside.
Would you rather subscribe to Amazon Swine, which, as we recall, periodic trays of ham are delivered, and you have to eat them, versus donating all your clothes to charity except the clothes on your back?
They gave Fessy vegetarian ham, right?
Yeah, they give him vegan ham.
Mhm.
Yeah, Amazon Swine.
I'll do the ham. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm gonna do the ham.
I would much rather donate my clothes. Maybe it's because I have no like opinion one way or the other
Yeah,
towards
but
my
you didn't
wardrobe.
pick your clothes. Like, you don't have any connection to them. Angela picked your clothes.
But that's fine. Like I guess I think she'll be fine with it too. It's an excuse for me to get a new wardrobe as well. So like I don't have any attachment to clothes as opposed to like being force-fed ham is something I will not submit myself to. It doesn't sound great. I want to eat ham by my own volition.
I have too much trouble getting rid of clothes when I actually want to give it away to charity, let alone give them everything I brought to Big Brother. That would be my favorite stuff.
Yeah, maybe that's what you need though. You need that motivation to just like get rid of it all.
I would be like, you can take everything I left at home, but you can't have what I brought to Big Brother.
Okay, here. I'll give you a counter offer. Go to my house.
Yeah.
And go get the rest of my clothes. You could donate
That's what I'm giving. Yes.
Would you rather have to wear sock puppets and only speak through them, or have to take care of a teeming number of star babies, a la Big Brother 22?
The star babies were so cute. I want the star babies.
But a sock puppet, though. How fun would that be? I did like that the star babies like just kept coming. Like I will say that was fun. But I'm gonna go sock puppet. That's hilarious.
The sock puppets, I feel like as a human version of a puppet, I feel like I would gel well with the sock puppets. These are actually not too bad punishments. I think, the star babies was more so a burden, but like the sock puppets was just such a ludicrous image to have everyone in BB12 talking to each other through the sock puppets. It's just like you pause the TV and you're like, what am I watching? That was maybe one of the first signs for Big Brother of like, you're going in a weird direction right now as a show.
I just want a picture of me with all my star babies to like hidden underneath them to be like Matt Ligori's Twitter cover photo. Like that's what I need.
All right, final would you rather?
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather become a human blueberry like they did in Big Brother 7, or have to get a continuous spray tan for 48 hours?
Remind me of the continuous spray tan one again.
So in BB15, Amanda kept getting called away.
Yeah, to get
keep getting spray tanned. Yeah, for 48 hours straight, and then obviously it lingered thereafter.
Yeah.
The one and only time I've had a spray tan, it came off in such a patchy way that it looked like I was literally diseased. Which was really like the insult to injury of BB Can 6 that they made me get a spray tan and then
it's for BB Can 6?
They make everyone get a spray tan the day before move-in day, and they even got like Drew Miller to get one. They were like, everyone gets one, even Godfrey got a spray tan. So Andrew Miller's like, okay, sure, give me a spray tan. And then after the season, he finds out Godfrey didn't get a spray tan, and they lied to him. So yeah, I guess I'll be a human blueberry.
I think I'll pick the spray tan. My mom did say, she was like, are you more pale than you used to be? Which I was like, again, a read? Like, what is going on
I love
here?
how shady your mom is.
Yes.
When is she coming on the B&B?
I know, really. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the spray tan.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the blueberry. I also have a spray tan experience. It wasn't before going on a Big Brother Canada season. I had gotten jealous of my like jacked and handsome cousins when I was 14 years old. So I went to go get a spray tan and I turned orange and everyone laughed at me. And then 3 hours later, it came off in the shower. So it's just like a rolling ball of trauma. So I'd rather forget about that.
To be fair, Mike, funny. Mine also wasn't before going on a Big Brother Canada season, so it wasn't great.
That is ridiculous to be like, all right, do you have your immunizations? Do you have, everything locked away? Do you have your compulsory spray tan?
I mean, they don't make you get any shots for Big Brother.
That's surprising to me.
Tan.
What shots were they supposed to make me get?
I don't know. I guess if there's probably not communicable diseases going on there as much as there would be in like Survivor.
Like,
or something.
I feel like you'd be more likely to get like pink eye in Big Brother.
Ugh. Maybe if you're dumping manure on yourself all day long.
I could like, what if someone farts on your pillow as a prank and then you get pink eye and then it goes through the house?
God.
Ooh.
Thank God none of us played with James Hewling. Otherwise, we'd all get pink eye.
Ew.
Or camo eye. All right. On that note, at the end of every podcast we do on the B&B, we like to shout out one particular charity or cause that we feel is important to our guests with everything going on outside of the just pure nonsense we're doing here right now. Kirsten, as our guest for this podcast, of course, the floor is yours. If you'd like to, is there a charity that you would like to highlight this week?
Yes, absolutely. So anytime I get the opportunity to highlight a charity or ask anybody for donations if they have the spare funds, anything like that, I always ask that people give to the Brain Tumor Foundation of Canada. I lost my mother to a brain tumor called glioblastoma, and there is really not much known about that specific type of brain tumor. And the Brain Tumor Foundation of Canada is doing really good research to try and figure out where those tumors come from and how to get rid of them. So you can go to their website, braintumor.ca, really downer website, but it works. And you can donate to whatever has like the area of most need or to research or whatever you feel comfortable with. And if you don't want to donate to a Canadian organization, just any cancer research society, I think Stand Up to Cancer is a good American one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So it's brain TUMOUR, right? Instead of
I guess you
we call
guys
it a different
spell
way
it
in the
different
States, yeah.
in America.
America.
That'd be interesting. I know that we have retired the spelling challenge after Shannon Elizabeth apparently broke it. But like, could you imagine if they brought in Canadians like they did Survivor and they spelled things differently and like it was either marked right or wrong because of it?
Does not count.
I feel like Jeff Probst would really go in. Like he'd be like, this is not how this works.
I mean,
do you
but
realize
did you call him over?
Do you realize what country this is?
Actually, I think Jeff
Fiji.
Probst would take it as an opportunity and he'd be like, oh my God, now, would you say that this is a unique challenge you're facing as a Canadian in this game?
As a Canadian, do you use you or OU in your text?
Exactly.
Well, Kirsten, it was so fun to have you or OU on. We always love getting to talk with you on the B&B. You have so much going on when it comes to hot dummies on islands. So what do you have going on in the podcast atmosphere and how people keep up with you on social media?
Yes, so if you want to keep up with me, you can follow me everywhere at Kirsten Said What, including twitch.tv/Kirsten Said What. Jenny Autumn and I are going to finally talk about the last batch of episodes of F-Boy Island this week. So we will wrap that up. We just had some scheduling issues, so that's coming. Don't worry. I also just guested on the Bachelor in Paradise wrap up with Haley and Amy. That was really fun. And I do have a weekly BoJack Horseman rewatch podcast called BoJack Horse Pod with Lindsay Wilson, and Riverdale's back. So Frail Mary and I are talking about it on Kowski Cast. That is Cow with a K. But that's it for now because Love Island's over. Thank God.
How is Riverdale going so far? Still nonsense?
What if I told you that this week on Riverdale, Betty caught a serial killer by turning the Veronica's old speakeasy into a Coyote Ugly bar, while Kevin is now the creative director for Cheryl's new cult.
I didn't think I would hear something more crazy than Memphis being $1,000 on Cameo, but I think I just did.
Didn't realize that cult needed a creative director.
Well, he's just, feeling really sad because he didn't realize that he was going to still be teaching in Riverdale, 7 years later after the time jump. So.
Oh, yeah, I forgot there was a time jump in Riverdale.
Hey, and there weren't even any aliens in this episode, so.
Oh my goodness. Unlike the alien that would be following Liana around if she took that punishment.
Yes, exactly. Sorry, to anyone I spoiled Riverdale for, I guess. But don't watch it. Like, you're in danger, girl. Get away.
There's too much nonsense going on that, like, it's fine. You gave 3 of, like, a multitude of ridiculous things that go on.
There's like
with
100
that show.
more things.
Exactly. Liana, what 100 more things do you have going on?
Yes. So you can find me on Twitter at Liana RHAP, podcasting about RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star Season 6. We are almost done. We just recorded the penultimate episode today, and then we'll get the finale this coming week. So very excited to see who's going to win. It's been a really great season. So join us in the finale of that. And then what else am I doing? Yeah, that's about it for now.
Masked Singer's coming back soon, right?
Yes, September something. I don't know.
Next week is September.
Sure.
I guess this week
yeah.
technically is September.
I don't know. It's not. I don't know. Look, it hasn't popped up on my calendar yet, so that means it's not at least in the next week.
I actually believe the Masked Singer premieres the same night as Survivor, so you got a little bit.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
the
all
22nd.
right, Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, fine,
Big
okay,
night.
Plenty of time. Oh yeah, September 22nd. Plenty.
It's
of
a
time.
big night. So speaking of Survivor, actually at the time we were talking, Survivor tweeted something out being like, get to know the voices, the faces behind these voices soon. So I guess they're declaring it. I will sort of tease it as well. Survivor 41 preseason is coming. For lack of a better term, you better be ready. It's coming for you. And there's a lot of stuff going on. I will save the whole spiel for if and when it happens soon, and I get to talk more about it. But yeah, if you have been missing Survivor US, it is coming, and there is plenty of preseason stuff to keep you imbibed in the meantime. Nothing goopy, I promise. Lots of other Survivor stuff going on, though. Of course, I'm covering Survivor South Africa, which had a really, for lack of a better term, fiery episode this past week, covering that with Shane and Gus, as that is nearing its final few weeks. Post-show recaps covering Lost, covering the X-Files, occasionally covering some Marvel stuff as well over there. And then some other random stuff here and there, too, I'm sure to come in the next few weeks. So it'll be a few weeks before we get back together. And I guess since Survivor's coming back, we should also advertise that the Survivor B&B will be back for season 41. So at some point, I don't know, Liana, if the next time we'll talk will be for Survivor or for Big Brother, but it'll be about some CBS show.
Ooh.
Some show that Christy is contracted to appear on.
Right.
Oh, and also I was on RHAP this past week to do Robin Akiva Get Trekked. It was me and Jessica Leese. We tried to fully immerse Akiva specifically into the world of Star Trek. It's very fun. Akiva attempted to draw a giraffe in the middle of it with horrendous results. So be sure to check that out, whether you're a Star Trek fan or a complete newbie. We try to cover all your bases there. So that being said, that's going to do it for the Big Brother B&B. We'll be back in a few weeks' time, I think, to cover up the next few weeks of the season before we stare down the barrel of the end game. Of course, if you have any game ideas in the interim, send them to us, rhapbnb@gmail.com, the letter B, the letter N, the letter B. We love to hear any and all ideas from you as we get into the pointy end of this season. Should be a lot of fun. I'm sure we're going to have plenty more weirdness to talk about with this weird show, but we are having such a fun time doing it. Special thanks to Scott St. Pierre for editing everything behind the scenes. Special thanks to Kirsten and Liana for her great work as per usual. We'll be back in a few weeks to cover more BB23, but until then, we'll check you out